Music licensing reimagined.
Long time coming, black on the bottom of my feet from running. Cataracts under my eyes from hustling. Going from buying to selling to customers. Run up the business, God is my witness. Sun up the sun up from under the sun that we maxing our limits. My mind running like Tom Cruise on an action movie. Moving a mission, they say that I'm tripping. I've been told I need a vacation, I'm finessing a visit.
What is up, everybody? Welcome to DFS by the Numbers and welcome to UFC Perth. We have Jack Della Maddalena taking on Carlos Prates in Australia. We got a banger fight card, Weezy. The only problem is we are starting at 4 o'clock Eastern time, my time, 3 o'clock Pacific time, your time. But the fights are great. I mean, this is going to be a phenomenal fight night card. I'm looking forward to it. Pretty much stacked from top to bottom. Weezy, what is up? Are you looking forward to UFC Perth?
I am, man. You know, it's always good to have these Australian cards and get to see some of the prospects that are coming up in Australia, which has got a pretty good regional scene down there. So we're getting quite a few of these guys on this card, obviously. Quillin, Salkilld, one of the biggest prospects right now in the organization. Jack Della, former champion. Steve Ersk, Brando, Parachic. Tuivasa, looking to get that first win in a minute. Brady, Cam Rousston, Junior Tafa, Jacob Malkoon, Thickness, Johnston, Maleiff, Dom Marfan. We got one in every single fight. So this is going to be a great chance for the Australian mixed martial arts scene to kind of show out and have a great night. And it'll be a night there, but God, it'll be the middle of the morning here for us. So it's going to be an interesting fight card, man. Looking forward to breaking it down with you in the chat today.
Yeah, if you're up, maybe you can join the fight companion, Weezy. I'm planning on doing the full fight companion, kicking off at 4 o'clock in the morning. It's going to be it's kind of dumb, actually, now that I think about it. But I said I was going to do it, and I'm going to be doing the full fight companion.
Last week we got drunko Wheezy. You know, I definitely had some beers. So maybe this week we'll get amphetamine Wheezy, because that's going to be like the only way that I could stay up at that hour. I'm going to have to like go to bed at like 10 p.m. or something like that. I don't know.
Yeah, my plan is I'm going to try to go to bed at like 10 and then wake up at like 3:30, 3:45. So that's the plan. Maybe I'll accidentally not wake up. I don't know. No, I'll be there. I'll be there. All right. So yeah, as you guys can see, bottom left, we do have a special guest today. So we have a special guest joining us. It may or may not be Cedric Dumas, and he's going to actually come on and break down a couple fights with us tonight. So I'm looking forward to a special guest. It's always fun having a special guest on the show. And before we get into the chat here, actually, let's do the chat real quick, and then we'll do the recap. So we're not going to spend 50 minutes on the recap, guys, because we do have a special guest, and I'm sure he's a very busy man. So let's get through this chat real quick, say what's up to you guys. We got Pablo saying, if I had a nickel for every person that told me Jafel Filho is a lock, I would have a lot of nickels. I don't know. Shake my head. Yeah, nothing in MMA is a lock. But yeah, I mean, Cody Durden got it done is, I think, the biggest underdog of the year. Crazy. Colonel saying, JDM is overrated AF. Prates is a lock. Withdraw your 401k. Take a loan. Withdraw your kids' college funds. Sell your kidney and put it all on Prates. Okay. That's very confident. Jeez. I can't believe it's 2026 and Junior Tafa is genuinely a max bet. Yeah, I have a hot take for that fight. I have a very hot take for that fight. We got Elijah in the building. You come from the land down under. Let's go. Let's go. Colonel saying Valentine McVeigh. Tafa, the streak of free money on bad fighters continues. Yeah, my best reads lately, Weezy, have been in the Valentine fight and the McVeigh fight. So maybe I have a strong read on the Tafa fight. We'll have to see. Truly considering firing a two-leg dog play. Timmy Elliott and Themba Gorimbo. Oh, God. Yeah, Tim Elliott, I think, is very popular. Going to be a very popular dog this week. I'm surprised the line is as wide as it is. Dash saying, hit the like and don't forget the bitch and moan about the starting time. It makes me LOL. No, we're always on time. Minus 180 late start. Well, that ticket goes up in flames because we started nice and early for you guys. Yes, we got Carlos. What is up? They should show the judges' faces on camera. They should, dude. They should show them. Let's go, guys. What is up? What is up, Niall? We got TH in the building. Free the Hood Wolf. Ryan Gondra in the building. What is up, Ryan? Good to see you. Can't wait to see you back in there. We got Jay in the building. Yo, let's go, boys. Had to take a little break because of school, but excited to get back to it with a pretty sick card. This is a great card. Great card. Tafa minus 190 ain't wide enough, and that's hilarious to even say. That is hilarious to say that even Tafa's a favorite in the UFC. Late? No, we weren't late. We were not late.
No.
Sponsoring an unorganized corporate. No, we were actually early, Big Steve. We were actually 5 minutes early.
But we are still even extremely unorganized, even when we are early. That is correct.
Yeah. We got Jake in here. What is up, Jake? Chuckle Plays. Good to see you. What are we thinking on the GM3 fight, boys? That I don't know. Kind of a very weird booking, but
I got a hot take on that one, Brady. I'm telling you right now, you know what? I'm just going to say it. I'm interrupting. We're going to talk about it right now. I'm telling you guys, I like Malkoun in that fight. You heard it here first. Everybody else is going to jump on my bandwagon after I said that I like Malkoun. I think it's Malkoun here. I'm just stepping out on a limb and saying it right now.
All right, so we'll have some disagreement on that fight then. Okay, that'll be fun to talk about then.
Can't wait to talk about that one.
Who needs more help, Alex or Norma? I don't know. I mean, I think everybody on last week's card needs help. I don't know if I can even do a poll. I mean,
so many people need help, including me.
Yeah, same. I mean, it was just terrible, man. Special guest is GM3. There we go. That'd be cool. Your Philly and Alex Hernandez are bums. Oh, come on. The Central. I don't know why I said you're Pacific. You're Central. I don't know what I was thinking. I think I'm fried. Maybe the AIDS is getting to my head. I definitely have AIDS. We got a fight. Sub fan, what is up? Can't complain whenever a UFC card or event is at our time. Yeah, we can't complain too much. We got Klaus saying, get some help, Palastri, a.k.a. Frodlowski. Yeah, I don't know what her game plan was, but it wasn't even a game plan. It was horrible. Is under 1.5 in the Shamil, the Meal fight, the parlay lock of the card. I don't mind it, man. It's a Parachic fight. We got the solution saying, oi, Ice Viking on time every time. Agreed. I work Saturday morning. Oh gosh, yeah, you're probably not going to watch the fights then. Thick Johnston. Okay. Too many people on last week's card need help. I think there's like probably 15 people that need help potentially. The only way this card would be better if they brought back Parker Porter to fight Tuivasa. Agreed. We should get Tuivasa or Parker Porter back in here. 100%. I'm here if you're actually doing a fight companion, Daddy Brady. Yeah, I'll be there, man. I'll be there for the entire card. I don't know how I'm going to do it, but I'm going to do it. Absolutely going to be doing it. First full live show, been able to catch in a while. Let's go. Fun fact, I Prates shorts from the Edwards KO. Wow, and Salkild's gloves from the Malarkey sub boxed away in my office closet.
Damn.
That's some good finds, man.
Yeah.
That's really some good finds. Junior Tafa is a chump. Hey, I can't argue that one. I can't argue that one, buddy. That's the one you actually might just don't strike with him. Just take him down. Just take him down. Kevin Christian, just take him down. Take him down, Kevin. Oh, not only is Big Steve sponsoring the show, he's doing a double sponsor here. Big ups to Big Steve, $20. Thank you so much, Big Steve, saying Davey Grant supremacy. Yeah, Davey Grant was probably one of the best bets of the year, especially if you got him at plus money. But even if you got him at like minus 120, it was just a phenomenal bet. I don't know what the hell Martinetti was doing. Remember, we were watching the fight live. He did the lowest ducks I've ever seen in my entire life. He was ducking. Yeah. His chin was like touching the canvas when he was ducking. And then Davey Grant started throwing them knees. It was hilarious, dude. So big ups, Big Steve, and big ups to everybody on that Davey Grant money line.
One of the best bets of the week and the year. I mean, getting that dude at plus money, it was phenomenal. I really wish I unloaded on that instead of just touched it up a little.
Yeah, I've been so behind these past couple weeks. I think the 17-week stretch or whatever is finally.
I know.
And I'm getting to these fights late, and by the time I'm getting them, it's like the fighter I like has already flipped to a minus number, and it's like, oh God. We got the only Godfather with the $50 dono. Appreciate you guys for sponsoring the show tonight. God bless you, legends. Thank you for your time. About to annihilate the bookies this week, and let's go. That's the plan. Appreciate you, only Godfather. Very generous donation. Helps out the show a ton. Malkoun minus 1,200, and you can't finish a paper bag unless someone hits his face on his hip. He has, it's one of the hardest hips in the UFC. So Jared Mearshart better watch out. He absolutely better watch out. We got Narco Cop in the building. What is up, Narco? Two goats, hit the like sub to the Unk and the Brady. What is up, Narco? Good to see you. Appreciate you, my guy. Hopefully you had a good weekend at UFC Vegas 116. GM3 is from Milwaukee, which is basically Weezy's hometown. That's enough for me to bet on him. Milwaukee's is basically not your hometown, Weezy.
It's just an hour north of us, though.
Oh,
like
okay.
you can drive up to Milwaukee in like no time, and that's something that like when when I was a kid, my mom would tell me that her and her girlfriends, when they were like 18, 19, they used to drive up to Milwaukee to drink because it was 21 in Illinois, but 18 in Wisconsin. So, like, yeah, people always go up to Milwaukee and stuff like that. There's Summerfest up there. There's a lot of good stuff in Milwaukee. So it's a place I've actually been quite a few times.
Nice. So maybe he's onto something with Gerald Me. I won't be betting on Gerald Mearshart, but anything can happen. Weezus Clint in the Weezus Christ in the Virgin Parade. What made the odds ever be with us? What is up, Dr. Peener? It is inside of me, Brady. Help. Yeah, it's inside of me too. The AIDS is inside of me. I gotta try to get it out. But as far as I'm concerned, there's no cure. Montel 0 IQ. I mean, the amount of fighters that showed poor IQ last Saturday is you can't count them on one hand. Junior Tafa is going to be 6-6 after this weekend. Christian, is that Kevin Christian?
Oh, Kevin Christian in the chat. Let's go.
Fan of the show. Fan of the show. Worst of all, Martinetti thought he won. Dumont thought he won. Thought she won. It's like, no, you didn't.
Yeah.
No, you didn't, Norma. Shut up, Norma Dumont. Mechanical decision plus 550. That was a great read.
Yeah.
I did not say oi. I said oi. Okay, I got you. Oi, got you. All right. Let's do a quick recap, guys. We do have a special guest, so we want to keep it short and sweet. And Wheezy, I'm very upset.
Mm-hmm.
I'm very, very upset because a couple weeks ago, things were looking up for me. Things were looking phenomenal. I had like 4 good weeks in a row. You know, all the reads were phenomenal. I was cashing a lot of bets. It was a great month. And I'm like, wow, things are starting to look up for me, man. Things are back. We're back. And then, the wagons, they were starting to circle. They were starting to circle. They were starting to move. They were in circular motion. They were moving and very quickly. The wagons, there was a lot of momentum behind these wagons. And then the last 2 weeks, it just came to a halt. The wagons have just come to a halt.
Mm-hmm.
The wheels have fallen off the wagon, and Weezy, there's damage. There's damage to the wagon. There's irreparable damage to the wagon, and we're in trouble. I mean, the nearest town is dozens of miles away. We're running out of food. We're low on water. People are getting sick. People are dying. There's children here. There's children. And the wagons are broken, Wheezy. The wheels have fallen off. We're running out of food. We're trying to ration, but we can't. We're hungry. We're thirsty. It's hot during the day, and it's cold at night. We're freezing. We're freezing out here, Wheezy. I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. We're losing people fast.
Yeah.
We're losing people fast. It's very bad. I mean, UFC Vegas 116 has to be probably the worst thing that's ever happened to me. I've had a ton of horrible things happen to me. I've had things happen to me that I don't wish upon my worst enemy.
Yeah.
I've had some bad things happen, some horrible things. But UFC Vegas 116 was the worst thing to ever happen to me. They set a record over the weekend, Wheezy. It was the least violent card in UFC history. Literally. And we had 11 decisions, 2 finishes, which makes it the most violent card in UFC history because the second least violent card in MMA history was UFC 263, which did also have 11 decisions, but there was an extra fight. So UFC Vegas 116 will go down as the least violent card in UFC history, which sucked for me because I had a lot of violent problems. And it also sucks, Weezy, because I had a phenomenal read. I had a phenomenal read, a phenomenal bet. And my phenomenal read was the Jackson McVeigh Rodriguez Dumas fight. So listen to this. This is what I messaged you Sunday night. Yeah, I read this fight like a book. Okay, I said Jackson McVeigh by submission.
Mm-hmm.
All he has to do is attempt a submission, dude. Dumas insta-tap to Josh Fremd and Dante Johnson. McVeigh is going to F Dumas up badly in the clinch, which he did, and it's going to force Dumas to wrestle. It's going to be a guillotine or some type of a front choke. You heard it here first. Nobody's going to expect this. And I made a joke like they're going to price the sub at plus 110. But I mean, I read it perfectly. I even called it all the way down to the exact choke. It was a Darce. It was a Darce choke. And I made over.
Started. I had 3 units on this guy plus 140. You had 3 units on him at what?
Plus
the last time?
Yeah, plus 140.
Yeah.
I know. So I had a phenomenal read there. I cashed the McVeigh sub 1 at plus 550. And then I cashed the fight ends by sub at plus 140. Made almost 4.5 units on the fight. So that was phenomenal. That was a phenomenal read. The only problem we see was I got everything else wrong. Literally everything else wrong. I think the biggest hit I had was the Filio sub props. I mean, that was bad. And to add insult to injury, Wheezy, Filio goes for a takedown with like 20 seconds left in the round, gets to mount instantly, gets to the back, and then they blow the horn 10 seconds early. That was great. I had the Pilastri late finish props like everyone in the world, and she didn't even try for 15 minutes. I mean, she calls herself a psycho. I mean, we need to change that real quickly. What's the opposite of a psycho, Wheezy?
Level-headed. We're gonna start calling her Julia level-headed.
I mean, that was pathetic. I mean, she did not look like that against Carolina. She did not look like that against Loopy. I mean, that was absolutely pathetic. What else got me there? Oh, I had the Montague Silva ends KO and the fight doesn't go to decision. That was looking incredible for the first minute and a half. And then somehow the fight goes 15 minutes. The under 2.5 in the Vieira McConico fight, which wasn't a horrible bet. I mean, Vieira dropped McConico in the first exchange, almost submitted him. And then McConico was landing big shots, but that doesn't come through. The Brchek fight completely screwed me. I thought if Ryan Spann would win, it'd be in round 1. So I bet the fight ends in round 1 and then Brchek round 2. So that got me. And then, of course, I had to bet Montel Jackson by knockout because I was ultra confident he would knock him down. And he did. And he almost knocked him out in the first round, but close, but no cigar. So I actually had a couple of close calls there, but I got everything wrong other than the McVeigh fight. So ended up being a horrible night for me. I think down like somehow 6 units on the least violent card in UFC history in the Apex. So yeah, the wagons, they're completely broken. They're beyond repair. Yeah. People are dying. People are sick. People are hungry. People are thirsty. And I don't know how much longer we're going to last out here, Wheezy. But yeah, how did your night go?
Yeah, the wagons are falling apart like a Chinese motorcycle right now, and I couldn't hit water if I fell out of a boat, Brady. I don't even know if there's a 13-fight card and I'm only picking 4 of the fights correctly. I don't even think I could do that if I tried. You know, like more times than not, you're going to get 4 out of 13 wrong, So like, even if you tried to pick every fight wrong, you probably would still get more than 4 right. On a card where, some underdogs cash. But yeah, man, I mean, like there were some, like I bet on Filio to win by submission, one unit at plus 125, didn't cash. I bet on Vieira to win by submission, 1 unit at plus 215, didn't cash. Had a couple of really small, high upside plays. Mayra Bueno Silva by submission for a 1/4 unit. Jocelyn Edwards to win by knockout for a 1/4 unit. I did have 1 unit on the Jocelyn Edwards money line at plus 205. Got the right price, the best price you could get. Cashed that for 2.05 units. I wound up down 1.45 units, but my fight picks were disgusting. And I just can't buy a winning week lately. And this week was really frustrating, Brady, because if my take this job and shove it parlay cashes, if Rodolfo Vieira wins by submission, that's a 1/4 unit bet at plus 3,600 that would have cashed for 9 units. And I also had 1 unit on Vieira by sub at plus 215. So yeah, if he would have just been able to pull off that get into a good position and find that arm triangle or that RNC or even that arm bar that he was trying for in round 1 after he rocked him, it would have been a completely different night and been a great bounce back week for me. But yeah, I keep coming up a little bit short every week, and now it's like a 4-week losing streak, man. So I don't know. I think I need a goddamn exorcist, dude. There's something going on right now where like I need a witch doctor. I need a shaman. I need some like heavy psychedelic drugs so that I can go talk to my ancestors who were there when Muslim Salkilld was at my grandmother's wedding. And I could ask them what kind of fucking curse is on me right now. The Greeks believe in that shit. I mean, I've got cousins who believe in that shit. One of them currently believes she's cursed by her ex-husband's family. This is not a joke, dude. I think somebody's fucking with me in the old country, and it's causing all my bets to go tits up. So I don't know, man. If anybody knows somebody in the dark arts that could fucking help their Uncle Wheezy, please, for the love of Jah, reach out, because I need your goddamn help. I need help. Uncle Wheezy needs help. All right.
It's crazy. So you're cursed, and I'm in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah.
with barely any food and water. Slowly, people are sick out here. We need help. I need somebody to come in and help us. Come help fix the wagon. We got to get to the next town over, Wheezy.
How do you go 4-9 on fight picks? How does that happen, man? I mean, come on, dude. Like, I write up these fights. I spend hours researching this shit. And it's just, I don't know what the hell is going on, man. Somebody in the spirit world is pissed off at me, and I got to make things right.
And it all starts with 5 units on Junior Tafa. Let's make it right this week. Let's make it right.
Can you imagine how oh my God, losing money on Junior Tafa is something that I don't have the heart to do this week. I could just see him falling into a triangle and pissing this one away, man. So, I mean, I don't think I'm going to be touching that one, dude.
Dude, if Tafa drops Christian, goes into his guard and gets triangle choked, I'm just going to log off Friday night. I'm just going to log. See you guys. I'm going to bed.
But don't log off. Leave the camera running and just have it to the empty chair.
Yes, just
and like put a sign on the chair that says "Gone drinking" or something like that.
Oh gosh, we got another big dono, Narco Cop. Appreciate you guys for sponsoring the show. We got Underdog sponsoring the show. We got Big Steve sponsoring the show. We got the Only Godfather sponsoring the show. And then we got Narco Cop sponsoring the show. Appreciate you, Narco, saying, here's some Davy Grant money your way. Incredible show every week. Appreciate you. The Narco cashed on at Davy Grant as well. Yeah, like I said, phenomenal bet. Probably one of the best bets of the year. It was, David Grant may be 40 years old, but he's not fighting like it at all. So congratulations. Phenomenal read. Phenomenal bet. All right. So
step right in there and say, Brady, that we are using these donations to buy somebody's services in the dark arts. Whether you are a witch doctor, a shaman, a mentalist, you're into Reiki, I don't give a shit what it is. If you can help with a goddamn curse, we've just brought in over $100 in donations today. We're gonna take up a collection, and we're gonna get somebody in the dark arts to help me out, for the love of God. I'm sick of this shit, Brady. I've paid my dues already.
Let's go. We got to figure it out. And like I said, it all starts with Junior.
I don't care if it's a Satanist. I don't care if it's Maria Abramovich. I don't give a shit. Just somebody, for the love of God, help me out.
Help him out, guys. Somebody.
A Narco Cop knows. Narco Cop. You go over to Milwaukee, Damon, and North, and that is just walking distance from my place.
Oh gosh. Right. What's up, Dan? What's up, Muhammad? Oh, gosh.
I used to meet some of them over at the Double Door there, Narco Cop. I'm sure you arrested a lot of dealers over there.
Scary. All right, before we get to our special guest, though, we do got to shout out our sponsors. The first one is going to be Underdog Fantasy. Right now, if you go to Underdog Fantasy and use code DFSBTN, you'll get $50 in bonus funds when you play with your first $5. And the one thing we have been doing really well, Weezy, is the underdog plays. I feel like we've been hitting them pretty much every single week. Last week, I had Vieira higher on the takedowns. You had the lower on the fight time of the
McVeigh Dumas.
McVeigh, and that came through. So that's the one thing we've been doing pretty dang well is the underdog plays. And Underdog right now, they have been doing 30% bonuses, 40% bonuses. So check it out. Use that code at DFSBTN. And the other sponsor of the show is going to be the Big Brain Discord. Guys, check out the link in the description and go check out Big Steve. Thank you, Big Steve, for sponsoring the show in the super chats and as the official sponsor of Stat Diggers right now. So Big Steve has a bunch of sharps in there that are giving their plays each and every week, betting on all kinds of promotions and all kinds of sports. Guys are in there giving bets every single day. We got guys from Australia. Steve's from Australia. You got guys from America. You got guys from all over giving plays each and every day. And Big Steve's looking for more sharps to join the community. Check out the Big Brain Discord and access tons of bets per week and various different sharp bettors for all sports. Big ups to Big Steve. Big ups to the Big Brain Discord. Big ups to Underdog Fantasy. Big ups to Dix Insider. Big ups to Wheezy. Big ups to everybody out there. All right. And then real quickly, last week, the milking of the week was Jax McVay to milk the Hood Wolf this Saturday, and he did milk him. Dumas quit once again. Apparently, Dumas came out and said that he's going to be dropping down a weight class and that he's not getting cut. So we have not seen the end of the Hood Wolf. He's going to try to cut down to welterweight, and we will be seeing him once again. The piping of the week was close, but no cigar. Montel Jackson to pipe Hani Barcelos on site. I mean, he was piping him every time he touched him. The problem is he just didn't throw anything. Very embarrassing performance from Montel Jackson. Hani Barcelos wanted it more. And all this, I thought you could have given it to Montel. I thought Montel is, the only to blame there just by not doing enough. All right. So, yeah, I say we get into UFC Perth and Wheezy. We have a special guest.
Yes.
We have a very special guest coming on, and we're going to do things a little bit differently here. And I don't want anybody to complain. I mean, you can't really complain. It's our show. And what we're going to do is we're going to bring in our special guest, and he is the one, the only, Cedricus Dumas. What is up, Hood Wolf? Straight from the dog crate, Cedricus Dumas. Oh, never mind. It's Big Steve. What's up, Big Steve?
What the fuck? No, actually, I do go by Hood Wolf on the weekends.
There we go. What's up, Big Steve? How you doing? You had a good week over the weekend, huh?
It was all right. It was nothing crazy. It was like 1.3 units. I kind of donated a little bit on Zalal live, but that's okay. It wasn't the best card. It was all hanging on Davey Grant, so I'm not going to complain. And I was at like the busiest week of my life. I didn't even have a chance to do my pod and barely any tape, so I'm not going to complain.
You know what Big Steve did, Wheezy? He bet 2 totals, 2 unders this week, and he cashed them both. And it was the only 2 fights that finished. I couldn't believe it.
Oh, that's awesome.
Well, wrong. I lost a bit of money on the Philo under, which
we all did.
Yeah.
I didn't even bet a unit because I just had this bad gut feeling. But
yeah,
I was like, I shouldn't. When you have a bad gut feeling and you can't even put a unit on it, then that just feels like a force, If you're not confident enough to put a full unit. But then again, I bet half a unit on the Ryan Spann one, which was definitely a bad bet. It looked like Brchek was just going to pull guard the whole fight. And it looked like Ryan Spann was going to sit on top of him and just stare at his corner for the whole 15 minutes. I was like, what is he doing, bro? Throw some ground and pound. And that's how it looked like the fight was just going to go like that. And then he just lands 1-1-2 with 20 seconds to go. So a little bit lucky there on that one. But the McVay should have been a smash spot. Like, just everything. Everything in my account should have gone on the McVay under.
Yeah, dude.
Dude, if I'm glad Tyone didn't stop the fight, because if McVay knocked him out, it would have been my worst night ever. So luckily, Tyone let McVay sub him, because that helped a lot. But all right, so what we're gonna do, Big Steve, is you're gonna help us break down 2 fights. So we're gonna let you choose. You can choose any 2 fights on the board, and we're gonna break down those fights first, and then we'll send you out, and then we'll break down the rest of the card. So Big Steve, what is the first fight you would like to break down?
Right. I wouldn't mind starting with, what's his name? Let me have a look. Marwan Rahiki versus 2BH. Just bear with me. And then the other one I want to do is Tuivasa versus Louie Sutherland. I'm not joking. I actually have a bet on this. So I'll do Ty, and I'll do the main event if that's okay.
Okay, we can start with the Ty fight then.
Yeah. Sorry, I can't give you anything other than fucking a heavyweight slop. But
I know Uncle Weezy's looking forward to this one. So yeah, we'll kick it off with the Tai Tuivasa Louie Sutherland fight. It was supposed to be Tai Tuivasa going against John Sheriff, but Louie Sutherland coming in on short notice. So I'll kick us off here. Tai Tuivasa, 33 years old, 6'2" with a 75-inch reach. Sutherland, 32 years old, 6'3" with a 76-inch reach. We got Sutherland 1 year younger. Tuivasa with a 1 inch height disadvantage and a 1 inch reach disadvantage. Tai Tuivasa is 0-5 in his last 5 fights. Got knocked out by Sergey Pavlovich, got submitted by Alexander Volkov, got submitted by Marcin Tybura, lost to Jairzinho Rosenstruck, and then lost to Taliesin Teixeira his last fight out. As far as Louie Sutherland, he is 3-2 in his last 5 fights. He made his debut against Walter Walker, lost that fight by first round submission, and then he lost to Brando, Parachic, by first round knockouts. I'm going to kick it to our special guest, Big Steve. What are you liking for this absolutely sloppy slop of a slop fight?
Right, so I'm going to have to go with the guy that's streaking on a 5-fight winning streak. So you look at all the reds, and wait a minute, those are losses. Oh, shit.
Yeah, no, they're losses, dude. Yeah.
I thought that was, okay. This is a bit awkward. I have to change it. No, I'm joking. No, you got to go with Tuivasa. So I was looking at the under there, right? Under a pick, I'm pretty generous for Tuivasa fight. And I almost played the over in Louie Sutherland versus Brando Parachic because I thought Sutherland was pretty durable, right? He fought Abraham Babley back in the day. This was, I was even betting PFL back then and the Challenger Series, which is where he came from. And he fought Maran Katsapor. He's like Aries heavyweight champion, I'm pretty sure. And, Slim Trabelsi, more of a grappler, but he just seems durable. No one's even hurt him or anything. Babley was mauling him for 15 minutes. Generally in heavyweight, if you're getting taken down like 10, 20 times, you're going to stop getting up. You're going to give up. So I'm like, wow, Louie Sutherland has cardio. He has heart, right? And then he just imploded in 1 minute and 50 seconds against Brando Parachic. And I was like, oh, that's a bit lucky I didn't play the over there. But pretty much it's just like, it's Tuivasa. You look at his record. None of these guys that he's lost to are anywhere near as bad as Louie Sutherland. I mean, even his first 3 losses, Junior Dos Santos, Ivanov, Spivak, again, like these are all ranked guys. Literally every single loss in the division was ranked. The worst guy you can say is Taliesin Teixeira, but he's a 6'6" black belt with 1-punch KO power. And the reason I bet Ty, it was $1.65, a little bit better, is because round 2 and round 3, he looked like he could potentially crack Taliesin. You could knock him out. So people might say he's got bad cardio, but you look at Louie Sutherland in rounds 2 and 3 on his regionals against real bad fighters. Like, who's this? Matusalem Dos Santos. This guy's literally a fat cab driver, like literally a short, fat Brazilian guy. Then he's got this other guy, Luis Carlos de Brito. Yeah, he knocked him out. But I think in the rematch, they went, he went to a decision. And then it's got Renato Rangel as well. And it's just all these really bad guys in Levels Fight League. He's going to a decision with them, most of them. And yeah, I think at the worst of times, Tuivasa has better cardio and more finishing upside than Louie Sutherland. But Louie is taking this, few days notice? I'm pretty sure he doesn't train in Australia. So yeah, there's rumors that he's jumped off his stack, and that's why he's looking a bit more flabby than usual. But yeah, I just think he's kind of collecting a paycheck in the UFC. Walter Walker, whatever, but that Brando Parachic, like straight away he started shooting for bad takedowns, and once he got hurt, it was just like all game plan went out the window. So I think worst case this extends, it's sloppy, and Tuivasa wins, a decision, or maybe hurts him in round 2, round 3. Best case, Tuivasa knocks him out round 1, round 2. I just don't think Louie has the cardio. I don't think he's... Ty should win this fight, man. I think Sean Sharaf was a more dangerous fight for Louie Sutherland. Sorry, for Ty. I think Sean Sharaf had potential to knock out Ty. I mean, I guess Louie can as well, but I'm not really banking on that, man. Like, he got knocked out by Pavlovich, Gan, Volkov dropped him. Jairzinho couldn't knock him out. Taliesin couldn't knock him out. So yeah, there's Ty's fights to lose.
What do you think? Do you think it's knockout? You think it can be knockout or?
Yeah, I'm not gonna give you a thing because I personally passed on the under 1.5 round. I taped it for the under 1.5 rounds, and I was like, I don't have a strong conviction because I still do think Sutherland is somewhat durable. But then I just looked at the Tuivasa line and I'm like, oh, wow, I thought it was going to be like a massive favorite, at least minus 200, if not worse. So that caught me by surprise a bit, and then I ended up betting Ty. So I think Ty has decision equity and round 1 KO upside. Yeah. So I'm just Ty money line for me is I don't want to say a lock with Ty, but it's a safe-ish play, in my opinion.
Yeah, I'm with you. I thought that they would line it a lot wider, to be honest. But I know me and Weezy were kind of thinking about maybe like an over, like a greasy fight goes. But Weezy, I know you're excited for this fight. Maybe not as excited as Big Steve. What are your thoughts on this one?
I'm not excited about it at all.
Yeah, I was surprised to hear what was going on because somebody told me that Tuivasa had reclogged the Strait of Hormuz, and I actually fucking fell for it. So like that was weird. I was like, oh my God, how do you fall for that? But that's the reason I fell for it is because I backed him last time, right? When I saw Tuivasa at better than plus 200 against Teixeira, who I consider to be a one-round fighter with very suspect grappling and no really good wins. I mean, if your best win is Justin Tafa, you're getting a step up if you're going up to Tuivasa. But he was on a 2-year layoff coming into that fight, or not really a 2-year layoff, but it was like almost a year and a half layoff. And I thought that I was going to cash that bet after round 1 because I saw Teixeira going back to his stool dead. And I was like, oh man, Ty's going to get him. But then Ty was just obese and had nothing left in the tank. So, I was like, man, I was really let down by that performance. I thought I had timed that one correctly, and he wound up losing it and getting taken down by this guy. And I mean, Sutherland is really hard to back, though, at the UFC level, because when you watch his regional scene tape, he's not really good at anything. He's got some wrestling. He's got good cardio for a heavyweight, but you have to add that asterisk for a heavyweight. And like Steve said, he's clearly off of the supplements or dietary restrictions that he was on prior when he was fighting on the regional scene, and maybe there was a little less testing. So, I mean, this is going to be a pass for me. I get why Steve's laying the juice on Tuivasa, because it's really hard to picture Sutherland beating anybody at this level. And Ty's got 17 fights. He's got 8 UFC wins, and he's still only 33 years old. So he's certainly not even close to being old for this division. And now that he got over that year and a half layoff, and now that he's turning around in 3 months against a short notice opponent who has to make the trip from Scotland to Perth, I think Ty should get his hand raised here, because if he doesn't, it might be time to walk away.
Yeah, I mean, that'd be embarrassing if you lost to Sutherland. But yeah, Tuivasa opened up minus 150, currently minus 180. Sutherland opened up plus 130, currently plus 155. And the thing I liked most about Sutherland was like his durability. But is he durable? I don't know. He kind of like looked for the door in his last fight. So if he's not durable, then what is he good at? I don't know. I don't think I can name one thing that Sutherland's good at. But yeah, over 1.5 plus 110, under 1.5 minus 130. I mean, it's a tricky total because Tuivasa can easily knock him out, but this could also easily go to decision. So yeah, this is probably not a fight I'll be betting, but I think Tuivasa should win as well. What are you guys thinking in the chat for this one? Sutherland Nation, stand up. Eurotrash grappling for the win. Let's go. We got Dravi. What's up, boys? What is up, Dravi? Good to see you in here. Ty first round KO. Yeah, I looked at the first round KO price. It's not great. Plus 200.
Oh God, that's not just not great. That's awful.
It's not enticing enough.
I got a better price on his money line in his last fight.
This is a good question. Are you guys concerned about the wrestling from Louie, though? If Louie comes out with that same takedown in his last fight, he probably takes Ty down. Yeah, but do you think he can do it for 15 minutes? I'm not sure.
Not on short notice, making that long trip to Perth.
Yeah. So what do you think, Big Steve? Probably not.
I'm not concerned because that's what I was looking into in the Teixeira fight. And I bet him one takedown and sub is astronomical numbers. And just had to watch him sit in mount and back take for like 15 minutes and not finish. But no, he got up. He got up multiple times against Teixeira, even when he was gassed. So no, I'm not really concerned here. Like he's harmless, like Sutherland. He might take him down, but you know what then? Like I think Ty's takedown defense is underrated. Like he stuffed a few of Taburas as well, like especially when he's fresh. So yeah. And I should say I stalked him. He's actually training in London. So he landed in Perth 19 hours ago. According to his Instagram, and it's almost a 17-hour flight. So I don't usually cap that stuff, but you know he looked like shit against Brando. I don't know if that was a short notice fight. He was meant to fight Justin Tafa. Oh, that was in September. Brando. No, I think that wasn't a short notice fight. And he looked like
shit on full cam.
Okay. Yeah, it looked like shit. So I just think the guy that we see in the UFC might be a lot worse than the regional Sutherland, honestly.
Yeah, man.
From what I've seen, as you said, the reason I didn't play that over is because you don't really know if he's durable. Like the best we have is Babley and all these guys that were grappling him.
Yeah.
But the first time someone with power hit him, he just kind of packed it in. So maybe he's not as durable. Maybe he just doesn't like this version in the UFC is just trash.
Maybe he's got hit and
we'll find out.
You know,
Parachic is around 1 KO merchant. That's all he does. So he did what he did against Sutherland last time out. And Tuivasa has got the chance to do the same because he's obviously a power guy as well.
Yeah, no, I like it. I like it. Durden back on track. Tuivasa will too. It's comeback season. Let's go. Cody Durden, stand up. Ty Tuivasa, stand up. Junior Tafa, stand up. Jackson McVeigh, stand up. Stand up. Let's go. Comeback season. Yeah, one more shoey, please. One more shoey.
Yes.
Over 1.5. Yeah, the total's kind of tricky for me because I don't know. Is Sutherland durable? I don't know. I was at the Brando fight. He looked awful. Yeah, I don't know what he's good at. I can't really say one good thing about Sutherland outside of his durability. So I don't know. All right, so Big Steve, we broke that one down. So you wanted to talk about the Rahiki fight. Unfortunately, that fight got canceled.
Got bad news, dude. Yeah.
Do you have another fight you'd like to break down?
Yeah, I'll do the main event because it's my other bet. Like I don't want to break down fights that I'm not betting. So give the listeners, some bets. So I've got Prates against Jack Della Maddalena, and it should be said, some of these early bets that I've been giving out recently, like Grant and Robert Valentin with a lot of CLV, I don't usually lock them in. I'm usually very patient with my tape. It takes me till the end of the week. So I was really rushing to get some stuff for this show. But yeah, they've been going well. The last one weeks before that was Jones versus Solar at almost Pick'em when the line came in a lot, and I put 3 units on that. Obviously, I reduced a little bit because I'm a pansy, but that ended up having a ton of value too. So this Prates one, I didn't even tape it, and I was just having dreams about it. Like I get like weird visions of dreams about my bets, and then I was like, you know what? Let me look into this because I don't like to go that far ahead. It was during last week, and I'm like, man. He got a 15-minute fight against, and I'm a JDM fan. I love this guy. This guy avenged my friend on Eternal MMA, and then he got signed to the UFC. He just got a 15-minute fight against Trailblazer Holland, and he went to a split decision. So, and then I bet him against Bilal, and he had a 25-minute fight against Bilal Muhammad, and he lost the round, and he lost 2 rounds on one judge's scorecard, and his face looked like a mess. And it's like, man, you don't want to be fighting that close in the striking with these guys if you're going to be fighting Prates. And the only thing that's scary about this bet is the whole entire world is on Prates. The whole entire world. Like it feels like the most mush bet in the world. And it kind of feels like when everyone was on Prates versus Ian Gary. And I kind of locked that one in out of last minute FOMO. And then I got reverse CLV'd massively. And then I couldn't even get out. So I just had to let it ride for 4 rounds as Gary was looking massive favorite. But I don't think Jack Della Maddalena has that kind of footwork, evasiveness. Like, as I say, he's very hittable. He was there for Bilal just to hit him whenever he wanted. And it's one of those ones like, yeah, it could be a little bit sweaty. Like, Jack Della Maddalena hits like a truck. Prates also doesn't really have the best defense. He's probably going to be getting lit up at some points because JDM throws combinations and Prates does not. But it just feels like Prates has had his moment where he, the first L time, as old mate Dan Levy will say in the chat. He's had his first L time. I still maintain that he was completely starstruck in that main event. Like, he wasn't the typical Prates. And I think just by round 5, he said, fuck it, I've lost this fight. I've fluffed it. I might as well go for it, even though I'm nervous. And then we saw the real Prates. I think that's done. He's rebounded. He doesn't have that fear of losing anymore. And I just think he's ready for this second main event. He wants to right his wrongs. And yeah, we've never really seen Jack Della Maddalena knocked out or hurt badly or anything, but we've seen him hit a lot of times, like clean a lot of times, pretty much every single fight. So even by Burns almost won that fight. I had big money on him against Burns. He almost won that fight, and yeah, he was grappling, but he was landing head kicks. He landed head kicks, overhand rights, and that was swaying the rounds too. So I just think Prates over 5 minutes, 25 minutes should just beat him. Maybe knock him out, maybe beat him up. Yeah. And neither guy's going to grapple. Like, I'm completely prepared for Jack Della Maddalena to grapple him a little bit, but I don't think it's going to be a big deal. Like, I don't think he's going to take his back or anything, or maul him or anything like that, or have significant minutes on the ground if he does take him down. So I think it might be a little bit insignificant. So yeah, that's all right. One unit. I don't want to go too big because I kind of fluffed it. It was plus money, and I ended up getting like slight minus money. So I actually fluffed it this time. I hesitated, but we'll see. We'll see where the line goes. It might come back. You never know.
Yeah, we'll see. I mean, minus 120-ish, minus 125. And like you said, a lot of people are on Prates there. Weezy, what do you like for the main event?
Too much.
Yeah. It's a great main event, great striker versus striker main event. And you've kind of got the moment winning of Carlos Prates, a guy with a negative distance striking differential, a guy with 48% distance striking defense, which is absolutely awful. A guy who's been finished in 5 of his 6 pro losses, or maybe it's 5 of 7 now. But so, yeah, Prates has got some holes. You know, he's never going to be a high volume striker. He's going to kind of wait for his to get his reads and to find the confidence to start going forward. And once he does, man, once you kind of see that switch flip for Prates and he starts walking forward on his opponents, he's absolutely terrifying. And when that flip does switch in this, when he does hit that switch in this fight, that's going to be really difficult for Jack, because Jack doesn't have the grappling to be able to get this dude off of him for extended stretches when he does feel aggressive. But I don't like that this is a 5-round fight for Carlos Prates. The last time we saw him in a 5-round fight, he looked very gun shy. He looked scared to get tired. So Jack's got a little bit more experience going later into fights and winning minutes and banking rounds. He's more accurate to the head. He's got much better head strike defense, and he throws a lot more volume. And I think he's a lot more durable than Carlos Prates. So, yeah, there's a lot of things that I like here on the Della side, especially since he's fighting at home in Australia. But that was one thing I mentioned to you, Brady. But you said that Prates has evidently been in Australia for a while now. And
yeah, he's been in Australia for a while, right, Steve?
He has, like, long before fight week.
So that's a really good thing, because there are planets that are closer than fucking Perth. So no matter where you are on the planet, Perth is dude, even if you're in New Zealand, Perth is like a 6 or a 7 hour flight, you know? There's nothing.
Man, even from where I'm from, to fly to Perth, there's time difference to the other side of Australia.
Yeah, it's crazy, you know? So, like, when you're making that long trip and then trying to fight for 5 rounds in front of a crowd that's going to be cheering for the other guy, all that stuff does matter. And, but I think that Carlos is doing the right thing, acting like a professional, getting out there early, making sure that he's acclimated, because this is a huge fight for him. If he beats Jack Della, that's a former champion. That puts him right on the doorstep for a title shot of his own. So I'm really looking forward to this fight, man. But I'm a little bit more on the Jack Della side here. I don't know if I'm going to back him this week, but I think that there are some good reasons to back him amongst better defensively, throws more volume, more 5-round experience, a little more durable, probably a little bit more conditioning, well-conditioned to go 5 rounds. So it's going to be an interesting matchup.
Yeah, I'm kind of leaning towards the Prates side. I think it's going to be one of those minute winner versus moment winner fights, because I love the volume of Jack. I mean, this guy's landing almost 6 significant strikes per minute, but I mean, Carlos Prates, his power is disgusting. I mean, they call him the nightmare for a reason. You know, he's knocking out guys that have never been knocked out. Like, I think he gave Jeff Neal his first finish loss, gave Leon Edwards his first knockout loss. You know, what he did to poor Leach was kind of sad to watch. Knocked out Charles Racky. I mean, this guy's. I know. I feel like he's just one of the hardest hitters, like in the UFC pound for pound. So, and yeah, Jack's gonna give him opportunities to land. I mean, Jack absorbed 132 against Bilal, absorbed 130 against Holland in a 3-round fight. So, yeah, I think Jack might be looking good up until Prates lands those dukes on him. So that's kind of where I'm leaning. The over-under set at, I believe, 2.5 rounds. The over 2.5 minus 170. The under 2.5 plus 150. And like I said, Prates minus 120. Jack Della minus 101. So we'll see where the line goes throughout the week. But yeah, it looks like early money is coming in on Carlos Prates. And Eileen Perez's butthole saying thoughts on the fight doesn't go to decision. Feels like a smash spot at -115. I don't know. I mean, it would. You would think it finishes, right? I mean, both these guys have power. Both these guys can be there to be hit. I don't know. What do you think?
I answered that. I don't really like it at that price. It kind of reminds me of Max Holloway, Charles Oliveira at the same price.
That gave me
people
AIDS.
thought it was a smash spot, and because
Yeah.
they're both durable. That's the thing. They're both durable. Like if you could knock out Bilal Muhammad with all the punishment he handed out to him, if anything, I just think Prates has the majority of the finishing upside.
Yeah,
I mean, Prates has been finished a ton, but it's been so long since he's been finished. So it might not be that he might be a different fighter now than he was many years ago when he was losing and getting finished.
Yeah. What's
He got hurt by Ian Gary, but yeah, he's just like, I think we've seen his chin cracked quite a bit and then him recover. So I don't know. I also don't think Zach is that much of a one punch KO guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, agreed.
He's a combination guy for sure.
What's up, Daniel Forrest? Good to see you in here. Shout out Big Steve. Shout out Big Steve. We need more likes. Agreed. That flight to Australia fight is torture. I mean, a flight for me to Vegas is torture. I couldn't imagine a flight to freaking Australia. That's ridiculous. First time getting to attend a fight at normal time. There you go. Poor Leach. I felt so bad for the guy. Like the Leach is such a good guy, and he like died in that spot. Nothing is a smash spot. Agreed. Can we ask Big Steve if he likes Vegemite?
No, I hate it. It's disgusting.
It looks disgusting.
Yeah, it does.
It's filthy. I don't know. It's horrible.
Is Outback Steakhouse real Australia food?
Oh God, question. No, it's not. No, it's not. My girlfriend's sister is from Australia. She lives in Adelaide, so she's a lifelong Aussie, and we were telling her about our Outback Steakhouse, and the look on her face, and she's like
I love
this is Aussie food. None of this is Aussie food,
What, the bloomin' onion's not from Australia? Come on.
It is not an Australian creation, man.
My gosh.
Marketing is all a bunch of bullshit.
I love that. I love the Outback Steakhouse. That's disappointing. That's very disappointing.
It's
but
not Aussie food though.
what wasn't disappointing was our guy Big Steve. Big Steve, thank you so much for sponsoring the show. On your way out, promote the Discord. Let people know where they can find it, and it's obviously in the description. Maybe tell people a little bit more about it.
Yeah, man. Thanks for chatting about it every start of the show. It's just, as you said, many shops. I've got a friend in there that I've known for a while. He just joined this year again, and he hit in the McVeigh fight. He hit a same game parlay of under half a round and 19 significant strikes for McVeigh at plus 15,000. And he said, if I hit this, it's financial freedom. And of course, he hit it. And I never tail these things because I'm stupid. But he also did another one that's the same, but ends in round one for plus 3.3 thousand. So, but he also has normal bets. He's a very sharp fellow. He has normal bets, not just same game parlays. So there's so many guys like that in there, man. And there's a ONE FC, One Samurai, a really big event tomorrow afternoon Australia time. And I've got like 4 sharps, and they're just like chatting amongst themselves. They're gonna bet all the Muay Thai fights and the Japanese MMA fights, and it's like you got everything in there, man. Like not even my bets. Like when I'm on the bad streak, everyone else is killing it. When I'm doing well, it's mixed for everyone. So you can just pivot. You can tell me sometimes. You can tell the Discord. Yeah, it's good, man. I don't know what's happened this year. Like, it goes ebbs and flows. People come, sharps leave, people go. It's not for everyone. But right now, there's a bunch of new guys that I've never heard of, and they're doing quite well. So I'm like, yeah, it's a good time to be in there. And it's peanuts, like 30 USD for 1 month. And if you sign up for a year, you get like $200 off. So it's a big discount. I'm encouraging people to join for a year because betting is a long-term game. So if someone joins for a year, they will profit, even if they just tell me, let alone everyone else in there. So it's a good place. Everyone's nice. Everyone's nice in there. There's no toxicity. I just boot people. Anyone that annoys me, I just boot them. But I really haven't been doing that, so it's pretty good.
Good. Yeah, guys, go check out Big Steve. Go check out Big Brain Discord. Are you doing it? You're going to do a breakdown soon, I'm guessing here, right?
I should, because I was meant to do my early teas, but I've just been busy, man. I got, how it is. I got a little kid and try to run another business, but yeah.
I know how it is. Heck yeah.
Slacking.
Yeah, I feel it. All right. And thanks for coming on, man. We appreciate you. Thank you for sponsoring the show. Thank you for giving some solid insight. You may have talked me into Thai Tuivasa. We'll see. We'll see. I like it though.
I'm not advocating for Thai minus 200, but it could look value. Round 1 KO could look value. So
yeah, I'll find a way to probably get on. All right, man. Thank you for coming on.
Hey, boss. Thanks for having me.
Heck yeah.
Yep.
There he is. Big Steve.
Let's
Big
go.
ups, Big Steve. And that's the show, guys. About an hour, the quickest show in Stat Diggers history. Appreciate you all for watching. Weezy, any final thoughts, or we should just head out of here and get some rest? It's been a long weekend.
We still got the Big Brain Discord as a sponsor. We had Narco Cop sponsor. We had our guy the Godfather sponsor us today.
Yes.
So a lot of sponsorships from really big fans. We appreciate each and every one of you. So I think we shouldn't be lazy. We should actually break down the rest of this card. And there was something else too. I got a DM from our guy Bub Collins saying that he signed up on Underdog using the code and that I owe him a story.
Bet. Oh, so we got a lot to do then. We got a lot.
We have a lot to do. We got to keep going here.
All right. So guys in the chat, do you want us to finish up the main card since we've already broken down 2 main card fights, or do you guys want us to start from the bottom? Let us know. Type in the chat main card first, or should we start back at the bottom? It's up to you guys. First person to answer is really we'll go with that.
Yeah, that sounds good because no reason to put a poll out there or anything like that.
Yeah, hopefully at least
we didn't
somebody
do the who needs help poll because it would have had like 17 options, so we couldn't even do it this week.
All right, Dan says main. Oh, we got conflicting. Oh gosh, no. Oh god. Somebody's saying start the middle, but main guys. Can we break down the Dumas fight? Let's do that. Let's break down the Dumas fight for an hour.
I picked Dumas, Brady. I picked him to win.
Oh god. Oh, main card, bottom, main. Let's just finish up the main card, guys. Let's just finish up the main card. Soft bottom. And yeah, for last week, it's like, I don't know, man. Who needs I mean, Julia Palastri needs help. Lucas Brennan, needs help.
Yeah.
Francis Marshall probably needs help for not getting him out of there. Jafel Filio
needs help. I don't know if you saw his statement, but it was like almost as good as taking full Cowan responsibility and returning stronger than ever to the metalweight division. Like this particular one was just as grammatically challenged, Brady.
Yeah, that was.
And Narco Cop wants us to go over last week's card again.
Oh gosh. Oh, by the way, so this is what Tariqa said.
Yeah.
And I quote.
Yes.
It haven't been my time, but it will soon come. I'm sorry, y'all, for my shoddy outcome. I'm sorry to the UFC. I will go back strong. I got something to leave and fix.
He's a Shakespeare, man. Like if only he could fight as good as he types out those losing messages after getting finished in round 1 or 2 by a choke. Boy, like that the sky would be the limit for SD.
I agree. But anyway, yeah, Dumas needs help. Rodolfo Vieira needs help. Marcus Buchecha needs help. Montel Jackson needs help. Alexander Hernandez needs help. Norbert Dumont needs help. I mean, everybody needs help last. So there's no point in even doing a poll. Yeah. All right. So, let's start from the main card. Let's cover the fights we missed. So the next fight will be the co-main event, and it's going to be Benil Dariush going against Quillin Salkilld. We got Dariush, 36 years old, 5'10" with a 72-inch reach. Quillin Salkilld, 26 years old, 6 foot with a 75-inch reach. We got Salkilld, 10 years younger, 2-inch height advantage, 3-inch reach advantage. Benil Dariush is 2-3 in his last 5 fights. Decision win against Mateus Gamrot, knockout loss to Charles Oliveira, knockout loss to Armin Sarukian, decision win against Renato Moicano, and then a knockout loss to Benoit Saint-Denis. As far as Salkilld, 5-0 in his last 5 fights. Knockout win against Anshul Jubli, decision win against Yanal Ashmos, knockout win against Nazareth Hackbrass, and then a submission win against Jamie Malarkey. So for me, Weezy, it's simple. I mean, Benil Dariush had all the skills, all the tools to he's a phenomenal fighter. I mean, he's a phenomenal mixed martial artist. His striking's really good. He has sneaky power on the feet, phenomenal BJJ, phenomenal offensive and defensive wrestling. Really good takedown defense. I mean, he's kind of the full package besides one thing, one glaring hole, one gaping hole, one of the biggest gaping holes you'd ever see. And that gaping hole is the chin. I mean, the chin's dust. The chin is, there's a couple dust chins on this card. We're talking Gerald Mearshart or Dariush. I don't know whose chin is more dust between these two. Like Dariush's chin is dust. I mean, Salkilld might blow on him and he might get knocked out here. So yeah, you can make a case for Dariush, like skill for skill. Yeah, it's a very, winnable fight for Dariush, I guess, but he can't take a punch. One shot, it might be it. So yeah, I think Salkilld knocks him out here probably in the very first round. I think he does to Dariush what he should have done to Jamie Malarkey.
See, this is one of the internal struggles that I have. When you used to watch the old Tom and Jerry cartoons or any old cartoons, you'd be put into these situations where you'd see the protagonist of the cartoon in a situation where they were trying to make a decision. And they'd have like the little angel on their shoulder giving them the good advice, with the halo, and then the little devil telling them, no, do this, and like that's I get a fight like this and I'm like, oh, but Dariush has got so much more experience. He's got a huge strength of schedule advantage. And what happens? What happens if Salkilld doesn't touch his chin, But I mean, Salkild's going to touch his chin. This guy's chin is complete dust, and it's always that value bettering prick angel on my shoulder going, you can't lay minus 175 on a KO prop. Not against somebody that good of a grappler. He just beat Renato Moicano. Oh, God. You're putting a plus 350 tab. Here, let me tell you what I wrote here. And when I was like breaking down the money line, my money line audit says this, Brady. Quillin Salkilld is priced as a dominant 82% implied favorite at minus 450 over the much more experienced and tested fighter in Benil Dariush. The biggest underdog priced we've seen Benil Dariush priced at over 25 UFC fights, Brady. He was plus 245 against Arman Sarukian, while Salkilld in this fight at minus 450 is being priced even more expensive against Benil Dariush than he was against Yanal Ashmos and Anshul Jubli.
Oh, gosh.
Does that sound okay to you?
Maybe. I don't know.
Is that okay? That's not okay, Brady. That's not okay. That hurts my feelings as a value bettor that they're making Benil Dariush plus 350. And it's like, I know Salkilld had that perfect head kick against Hak Parast. And then he knocked out Anshul Jubli, in 15 seconds or whatever it was. But Jubli was pissed off about that stoppage. I don't know, man. Could Dariush's chin last one more fight? Because if it can, he can out-grapple Quillin Salkilld. Right?
Yeah,
or is this why I need a witch doctor right now?
If he had a chin, I mean, I'd be betting Benil here plus 360.
He just doesn't have a chin. It's gone. It's gone.
I mean, even Renato knocked him down.
I know. Really hurt him bad at the end of the round. So it's like, yeah, I think I'm gonna have to just like maybe throw Salkilld KO in a parlay. I mean,
yeah,
it's just I don't want to be because I think the one thing that I'm really kind of deciding now, Brady, is when we get these young prospect versus grizzled veteran, and that grizzled veteran is getting old. The determining factor for me on who I'm going to choose in that fight is the form of the older fighter. Are they fighting at a high level still? Are they winning? Are they beating younger fighters? Or do they look like they're at the end of their career and starting to go on that downward career path where it gets a lot steeper than the arc on the way up? So I think that's where Dariush is, man. He's pushing 37 years of age. He'll be turning 37 just 4 days after this fight. And he's been knocked out in each of his last 5 losses. And he's been finished in all 7 of his UFC losses. So even if you do bet Dariush and you get the big plus money on it, you're still going to have your butthole puckered the entire time, just knowing one big shot on the chin is going to change the fight and end it.
I mean, maybe not even a big shot. One shot on the chin.
Yeah, that's just one.
Maybe like a Bruce Buffer fist bump would wobble this guy.
Oh, no.
Point. Those Bruce Buffer fist bumps, they're hard. You got Malcolm Gordon one time back in the day.
Make sure that shower on fight day isn't too hot.
Poor Benny, man. Poor Benny.
Gosh.
Oh, such a nice guy, too. Oh, yeah. So Salkilld opened up minus 250, currently minus 460. Dariush opened up plus 210, currently plus 360. And yeah, if anything, I'm with you. I'm playing the KO prop, but it's like, it's kind of gross laying minus 175 on a knockout prop, you know? So we'll see. But yeah.
Pricing Dariush as if he's Anshul Jubilee. I just want everybody to remember that. That's a fact. Anshul Jubilee was minus 400 against Quillin Salkilld just last year. Benil Dariush is plus 350 right now. They're making Salkilld a minus 450 favorite. It's not okay, but it might still cash.
Yeah, we'll see. Dumas definitely needs help, but not in the cage from an English tutor. Dumas is could get into poetry potentially. So he needs the most help. Big balls, Benny. Big bills, Benny. Okay. Rest in peace to the chin of Benil Dariush. Yeah, they tried to sacrifice him, Weezy, to Manuel Torres first.
I know, that was so bad, dude. What were they doing there? If I was in the room while they were trying to do that, I'd be like, oh, no, you're not. No, you're not doing that. Not to Benny.
Now in that fight, I'd lay minus 170 on the knockout prop. But Manuel Torres, Benil Dariush.
5-minute bet.
Yeah, how gaping is the soul? It's about as gaping as you're going to see that chin. We got Yes Freak in the building. What is up, Yes Freak? Good to see you in here. Please don't overthink this. It's simply is getting finished first round. You're tripping. Right. We'll see.
You're right. You're right.
Anshul Jubilee would finish Benil Dariush.
Stop it. You stop it.
That's why. That's a wild statement.
That is wild.
At least we got somebody believing in the channel. And of course, it's Andre, another guy with a great chin. Oh gosh. And Dariush is 55, and this guy's had gray hair for the last 10 years. It's crazy. Like, go back and watch his fights from like 5 years ago. He has gray hair. It's crazy. It's absolutely crazy. The crazy line, it's to get us to bet Benny. It's a trap. That's kind of how I feel about the Elliott. We'll talk about the Ellie fight in a second. The Elliott fight kind of feels like a trap. Just interviewed Wes Schultz. There we go. Party time. Party time. There's a party in Perth, Australia, and Wes Schultz is hosting the party, ladies and gentlemen. What's up, Mills? All right, let's move on to the next fight. It is going to be, we talked about the Tuivasa fight. It is going to be that Elliott Ersk fight. So yeah, we got Tim Elliott, 39 years old, 5'7" with a 66-inch reach. Steve Ersk, 30 years old, 5'9" with a 69.5-inch reach. Ersk 9 years younger. Ersk with a 2-inch height advantage and a 3.5-inch reach advantage. Elliott is 4-1 in his last 5 fights. Decision win against Tagir Ulanbekov. Decision win against Victor Altamirano. A submission loss to Makhamed Makayev, a submission win against Sumadarji, and a submission win against Kai Asakura. As far as Steve Ersk, 2-3 in his last 5 fights. Knockout win against Matt Schnell. Decision loss to Alexander Pantoja. Kai Kara France knockout loss. Brandon Moreno decision loss. And then a decision win against Ode Osborne. So yeah, Louise, like I mentioned, it's all about the line at the end of the day. And Tim Elliott is plus 290 here, which... It's kind of wild. Like I do like Elliott in this spot, but do I like him at minus 350? Like how does he look minus 350 here? Maybe if Elliott slows down and maybe Ersk can maybe get him out of there late. I don't know, but I think it's going to be a competitive fight at least early on. No,
absolutely. I mean, dude, Tim Elliott won round 1 against Demetrius Johnson when they fought. Or maybe it was round 2, but whatever it was, this guy can come out there and really give you problems because you're not going to be able to find anyone that fights like this guy. It kind of takes 6-7 minutes just to figure out what the hell this freak is doing in there. I mean, if you want to see what crystal meth looks like, I'm not saying Tim Elliott's on it, but he fights like he's on it. You know, like this guy is all over the place. And, you know, what I just said in the last fight, Brady, right? I don't want to back Dariush because he's pushing 37 and he's just getting knocked out in every single loss, right? So it's really hard to back somebody that's on that kind of a career trajectory. And oftentimes these betting models, these artificial intelligence models, which are becoming a bigger and bigger part of how these fights are getting priced, not only by the books, Brady, but by the big whale bettors that we don't necessarily know behind the scenes that are using machine learning and really good sample sizes to identify edges out there. I promise you the models are loving Tim Elliott at this price. And the other thing that I like about it, Brady, you know that Tim Elliott is 6-2 over his last 8 UFC fights?
I believe it.
Right? Cashes is a plus 250 underdog versus Kai Asakura. Submits Sumaderji as a minus 160 favorite. He loses to Muhammad Makayev. He cashes as a minus 180 favorite over Victor Altamirano and makes that one look easy. He cashes as a plus 200 underdog versus Tagiru Lambekov. This guy's won 4 of his last 5 fights. And I believe that I looked at, I wrote it up in my write-up for this fight. I'm pretty sure, let me look here on the return on investment. Yeah, so he's 6-2 over his last 8 fights, and I calculated the ROI, 65% ROI for Tim Elliott over his last 8 fights. And with Steve Ersk, he's lost 3 out of his last 4 fights, and he's fresh off being priced as a minus 550 favorite over Ode Osborne. What do you remember about that fight, Brady?
It gave me AIDS.
Well, it was close, right?
Yes.
Did Ersk cover that minus 550 price tag against Ode Osborne?
No, he got dropped. He got hurt.
Exactly, man. So, like, I think that this is going to be a tricky fight. I think Tim Elliott's the side on the money line. He might be old, and because he's old, these artificial intelligence models are going to price him as if he's a big underdog, and that's when you can find an edge when the old fighter is still fighting at a high level and can be argued has a lot more momentum coming into this fight than Steve Ersk does at this point in his career, having lost 3 out of his last 4. So, yeah, I think that Tim Elliott's the side in this one, man. I think he's the money line side. I'm gonna further research this, but I might have a money line bet on him this week.
Yeah, it's dog or pass for sure. But I lean Elliott I lean Ersk. Ersk, I think, has a lot better cardio. He's fighting at home. His grappling is extremely underrated. We don't really get to see it. I think he's a better striker. But yeah, I think minus 355 is just too wide. You know, it's just way too wide. I can like Elliott to win the fight, but minus 355, it just makes no sense. I think it might rather like live bet him if anything, but yeah, minus 355 is kind of crazy. The over 2.5 is minus 240, so it is a hefty price to pay. A lot of juiced unders. This is one of the few juiced overs this week. What's up, Colby? Good to see you in here. Old man Elliott getting milked, and that is the worry because he does slow down. He does get milked in a lot of fights. Got milked against Makayev, got milked against Royval. He's been subbed a lot, so yeah, that is the worry. And he's going to be wrestling in this matchup. And Ersk, like I said, his grappling is really good. We just haven't got to see it much in the UFC. We got Chris saying, "Love you, fellas, for always interpreting my bad spelling and typos. Much love." Hey, if we can read Cedricus Dumas's spelling, we could read anything. We can interpret anything.
Good point.
Ersk decision. Tim is aging like a fine cheese.
Mm-hmm.
Brother Braden, Uncle Weezy might be on an island, but I strongly feel like Steve Ersk is massively overrated. Am I wrong? I think he is overrated. I think a lot of people would agree with that, to be honest, for us. There will be pipings, there will be milkings. There was only 1 piping and 1 milking last week. Only 2 finishes. Hopefully we get a lot more this week. Tim is a beast. He's going to fight for he's going to fight for your money 100%. 100%. When his last win for Elliott got to be like 2 years ago.
No, August.
Yeah, just recently against Asakura, which was a good win. I also remember, I had, I think I had like Ersk maybe by sub or something like that, and he had a fully locked in rear naked choke on Ode with like 10 seconds left. Brady, it is inside of me. Yeah, the AIDS is inside of me too. I know the feeling. It's not fun. It's not good. Speaking of the pipings and milkings, let's all pipe with that like button and milk the underdog sign up using the code. Use code DFSBTN, and we're gonna get a story from Uncle Weezy in a little bit as well. Yeah. Courtesy who was it? It was our
guy Bob Collins. Definitely owe him. I'm gonna have to even let him know at what point I start the story. I think
sounds good. Yeah, we'll do it maybe halfway through the show, something like that.
Yeah.
All right, let's move on to the next fight. It is going to be Shamil Gaziev going against Brando Parachic. Looking forward to this one quite a bit. Did I skip a fight or no?
I don't think so, dude.
Okay, cool. We got Shamil Gaziev, 36 years old, 6'4", with a 78-inch reach. We got Parachic, 31 years old, 6'5". Parachic, 5 years younger, 1-inch height advantage. Gaziev is 3-2 in his last 5 fights. Had a knockout win against Martin Budai, a knockout loss to Jairzinho Rosenstruck, a decision win against Dontel Mays, a decision win or knockout win against Thomas Peterson, and a knockout loss to Waldo Cortez Acosta. Parachic 4-1 in his last 5 fights. Made his debut against Elijah Ellison, won that fight by first round knockout, and then knocked out Louie Sutherland in the first round as well. So, I mean, this is it's a big step up in competition from Parachic, Weezy, going from Sutherland and Ellison, 2 of the worst heavyweights in the division, to do it to Shamil Gaziev, who's kind of a top 15. He's probably ranked in the top 15. But the thing about heavyweight, Weezy, is, these guys all stink. It doesn't matter. Like, these guys all stink, dude. I mean, Josh Hokett, look at him. He went from fighting Denzel Freeman to a top 5 heavyweight and won the fight. So, yeah, it's an astronomical step up, but does it matter? Does it matter that Gaziev's a top 15 heavyweight fighter? I don't know if it matters or not. So, I'm a believer in this guy, man. I mean, this guy has a ton of power. He's massive. Massive head, massive hands. I think someone's getting knocked out here probably in the very first round, Weezy. I'm guessing the total's got to be juice to the tits to the under. And, oh, my gosh. I didn't know it was juice that bad. Minus 240 to the under 1.5 rounds. And if you've seen a Parachic fight, you know why. This guy fights like he's double parked. And it's not often we see that at heavyweight these days. These heavyweight fights typically suck. So, yeah, I think these guys are going to throw down, Weezy. I think someone's going to fall in the first round. And I'm kind of leaning with Parachic. The only thing is, like I said, it's a big step up. And as of now, he is the favorite with money coming in on Gaziev. Parachic minus 120, Gaziev plus 100. I think somebody's getting served brutally here.
Yeah, I think the market's got it right. Juice the under to the tits and make the money line about a 50-50, because if Parachic doesn't get Gaziev out of there in round 1, it's going to get ugly, because this guy fights like he's double parked, and there's no indication whatsoever that he's going to be able to push that pace into rounds 2 and 3. Not at the pace that he fights at. He puts 100% power into all of his strikes. Now, Gaziev is a guy who slows down early as well, but he fights with a lot of forward pressure, and he has the ability to get takedowns. See, that's the difference between these two guys. I've seen Brando get some takedowns on the regional scene, but he's definitely from a kickboxing base first, while Gaziev's got good striking, but he has shown the ability to go out there and get takedowns, top time, win minutes. So I think that Gaziev has got more ways to win this fight, because I think he can knock out Parachic on the feet, but I also think that he could out-wrestle this dude, and he's shown the ability to go later into fights. Brando Parachic has 7 pro fights, Brady, and his pro career has lasted shorter than a sitcom. 17.7 minutes. His average fight time over 7 fights is 2.5 minutes, dude. He's been out of the first round once as a professional. So I think if you're betting Parachic, you're hoping to get something like plus 400 for round 1 KO, like I did last time when he fought. And I cashed that one because I knew that if he didn't get Sutherland out of there,
plus 400, good luck with getting plus 400 here. Oh my god!
Yeah, I know. Like they're onto it. What do they got now?
Plus 185 for a first round knockout.
Yeah, those are the good old days when I got him last time at plus 400. That was beautiful. Cashed that one. That was a great one. But I don't know, man. Like, Gaziev was hurting, had Rosenstruck badly hurt in round number 1 when they fought, But that was a 5-round fight, which is why Rosenstrike was able to come back. Waldo Cortez Acosta has ridiculous durability. So there's a big durability differential there. Both guys hit hard, and Waldo was able to stuff the takedowns if there were any. So I can see Gaziev losing to those guys, but this would be Brando Parachic's best win by an absolute country mile. So I kind of feel like Gaziev might be the side here, and it's not a big trip for him. I think he's in Bahrain in the Middle East. So going from there to Perth isn't as bad as it would be from anywhere else in the world, pretty much.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I think somebody's getting served early. And like you said, if this reaches round 2, because I think Gaziev's cardio sucks too.
Oh, it's terrible. If this reaches round 2, it's going to look like Taliesin Teixeira versus Tai Tuivasa.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
yeah, it's going to be ugly.
It's going to be bad. But
Gaziev might get a takedown and then just, lay on top of him.
God.
He might even get a mother's milk submission.
But I don't see it reaching round 2 with the way Parachic fights. I mean, this guy literally swings dicks and at heavyweight. And Gaziev was even swinging dicks against Waldo in his last fight. I think started throwing down.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I mean, I think it should be lined pretty close. Hard to have confidence either way. But, yeah, maybe the under is a parlay piece. I don't know. We'll see. Yeah. Let's see. Gaziev is a chump. I'll put my rent on Parachic. Yeah, I like Parachic too, but we'll see where the line goes. Under 1.5 is a lock. Definitely not. Like, if it reaches the second round, it's probably going to decision, actually. Gaziev is going to shoot and land a takedown. If he can hold him, we'll see. But he's better than Sutherland. Yeah, everybody's better than Sutherland. Everybody's better than Sutherland.
Yeah.
We got Mr. Sando with the $50 dono. We got another sponsor for the show, keeping stat tickers alive. Mr. Sando, big ups, and I believe he has the beer emoji. And I know Uncle Weezy was drinking some beer over the weekend. There we go. Yes.
Dude, how bad was I, by the way?
Not bad at all.
All right, good. Because I was feeling it in the morning, dude. I woke up like, oh God, so I was like, my first thought was, I hope I didn't say horrible things on the live watch along.
No, you didn't. And as far as I'm concerned, you didn't. But appreciate you, Mr. Sando. Big ups to you. Gaziev is a slob getting pounded down. Gaziev, yeah. Gaziev always has his hands down. Brando said he has a wrestling background. He has a little bit of sneaky jiu-jitsu too, Brando. So, yeah, we'll see, but I don't know. Plus 180, almost doubled my bet. I like it. On the what? What'd you get? I mean, I must have missed it. Greasy Milk, Greasy, Parachic money line. So Parachic money line is minus 120. Let's see what the KO prop is. I'm going to guess plus 100. Oh my God. No, oh God.
Is it the same thing? Is it literally the same as his money line?
Parachic KO minus 115. Parachic money line minus 121. Oh my gosh. God help us all. God help us all. Shamil by decision plus 650. Parachic by decision plus 1,000. Plus 1,000. Big meal Shamil, yes sir.
Yeah.
Yes sir. But I like Parachic. We need more guys like that. He wants to go in there. He's gonna fight. He's not gonna go in there and back down. He's gonna go after it. So I think it's gonna make for a fun fight. I think somebody might get served in brutal fashion. All right, moving on to the next fight. I guess this is the featured prelim. I don't really know what they're featuring here, but they're featuring it nonetheless. We got Cameron Rousston going against Robert Brchek. We got Rousston, 31 years old, 6'3" with a 78-inch reach. Brchek, 35 years old, 6 foot with a 75-inch reach. Rousston, 4 years younger, 3-inch height advantage and a 3-inch reach advantage. Rousston, 5-0 in his last 5 fights, had a knockout win on the Contender Series in the first round against Brandon Holmes, a knockout win against Andre Petrosky, and a knockout win against Cody Brundage his last time out. As far as Brchek goes, he's 4-1 in his last 5 fights, made his debut against Ihor Peteria, lost that fight by decision, and then knocked out Brad Tavares in the 3rd round. I don't know about this one. This is probably the fight I'm kind of least looking forward to. I know it's the featured prelim, and they're trying to feature it, but I'm not really sure about this one. Weezy, what are your thoughts on it?
I mean, what's the money line on this?
So this money's coming in on Brchek. He was plus 250. Now he's plus 170. Rousston was minus 300. He's now minus 200.
Yeah, see, I mean, for me, the wins over Petrosky and Brundage, I think Brchek's a tougher fight because Brchek's got real power. One punch, knock you senseless power. And I don't know how much I can trust Rousston's wrestling. And he's extremely hittable on the feet, So I think Brchek's going to be live here, but it's really hard to take a Polish guy making the long trip to Perth to fight against an Australian, especially when that Australian is 3 inches taller, has a 3-inch reach advantage. It's like 4.5 years younger than Robert's, been a lot more active than him recently. I just think that this is a pretty good spot for Cam Rousston here. I'm sorry, for Brchek at the price, but I don't know what Rousston's ceiling is. I mean, how good of a prospect do you think he is?
I actually like the guy, to be honest. So he's kind of like a jiu-jitsu guy, but he has really good striking as well. Like you watch his regional scene, it's all subs. He's subbing guys, really good jiu-jitsu, and then in the UFC, he's shown really good striking as well. But yeah, he's not a wrestler. He's kind of one of these guys that kind of wants you to take him down, and then he'll sub you. So I expect this fight to play out on the feet. And like you mentioned, man, Brchek has some power. He's dangerous. Brchek knocked out Brad Tavares. But I don't know, dude. I like Rousston. I don't like this matchup in general. I don't want to lay minus 200 on Rousston, and I'm still not convinced on Brchek, to be honest. Knocking out Tavares in 2025, it doesn't tell you much. I kind of hate this fight.
Yeah, it's tricky, man, because Brchek's a knockout artist. When he wins, he knocks people out, but then he goes 3 rounds with Ihor Paterier and loses a decision. So yeah, it's really hard to know, but he did take off a year and a half in between the loss to Paterier and the win to Tavares. So, maybe he got back, maybe he figured shit out, but he's still 35 years old, not really old for the division, but got a lot more experience and a lot more power than Rousston does.
Yeah, I guess I lean Rousston, but not too interested in betting it, not too interested in a total. I'm sure the fight doesn't go as juiced, and it is minus 210, disgusting. Everything's kind of disgusting about that one. So, yeah, as a prospect, I do like Rousston. Chump fight. Oh, come on.
Not chumps.
No, I wouldn't call Rousston or Brchek really a chump. Most of this card is kind of trash, but it has maybe the fight of the year. Yeah, I mean, this absolutely could be the fight of the year. Absolutely. Robert's blitzes are frightening. I don't know if Rousston can take that kind of power. We're about to find out. Got that tall man's defense. That is true. Has Rousston been knocked out before?
Rousston has once been knocked out on the regional scene. Yes.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, what is Brchek by? I think it's probably got to be a knockout for Brchek. It's Brchek by knockout is sitting at plus 285. Okay.
Yeah, 285, and the money line is plus 180.
Yeah. I mean, the props this week are just horrible. They're just terrible. Dogger pass. Yeah, I agree. How'd you K's do last weekend? Go to the beginning of the.
What did you spell there? It's Brady and I.
We did a recap.
Got served.
Cody Brundage almost KO'd him. Cody did land some big shots on him. One of the best nicknames, the Battle Draft.
It is a good one, yeah.
It's a solid one. For sure. All right, let's move on to the next fight. And it is going to be the People's main event. Yes. It is Junior Tafa versus Kevin Christian. Let's go. We got Junior Tafa, 29 years old, 6'3" with a 72-inch reach. Kevin Christian, 31 years old, 6'7" with an 80-inch reach. We got Junior Tafa, 2 years younger, 4-inch height disadvantage and a 8-inch reach disadvantage. Junior Tafa is 1-4 in his last 5 fights, knocked out by Marcus Rogério de Lima, submitted by Walter Walker, knocked out Sean Sheriff, lost to Tuka Tokus by submission, and lost to Billy Alicana by submission. As far as Kevin Christian, 4-1 in his last 5 fights. He won on the Contender Series against Francesco Mizao in the second round by submission, and then lost to Billy Alicana by submission. So I've been having a lot of hot takes. 2 weeks ago, I came out there with a hot take that Robert Valentin was going to get a win, and it came through. Last week, I had a hot take that Jax McVeigh was going to get a win, And this week for UFC Perth, you guys heard it here first. I think Junior Tafa is going to get a win. Yeah, I mean, Kevin Christian's absolutely one of the worst, if not the worst, to ever do it. I mean, we could start with this Contender Series fight. I mean, he lost every single minute of that fight. And then he went against a guy who has 1 round of cardio. The dude dominates him in the first round, takes him down in the second round, and the guy's so gassed. And then Christian throws up like a triangle and submits him in round 2. And I was shocked that Dana White signed him because he looked horrible. I'm like, I can't wait to fade this guy. And then he goes against Billy Alicana. He gets club and subbed. And it's like you watch Christian. It's like he's very tall. That's great. He has a 6'7", 80-inch reach, but he has no volume. He doesn't throw anything at all. He has no striking. He has the tall man's defense. His best part, I'd say, is his grappling, but I don't think I've ever seen him wrestle. He doesn't look to wrestle at all. So for Junior Tafa to lose this fight, he's going to have to really F this one up. He's going to have to like go for takedowns here or something. I mean, I think that's Christian's path is a triangle choke from bottom with those long ass legs. So yeah, for me, Weezy, the hot take of the week, it's super hot. It's steaming. I think Junior Tafa gets a UFC win, and it's not his first. I get apparently Tafa has like 2 UFC wins. Weezy, he has like 2 wins. I couldn't believe it. So my hot take of the week, guys, you heard it here first. Junior Tafa beats Kevin Christian. Let's go. Hot. Let's go.
Steaming hot take, and this is a steaming hot pile of shit is what it is, man. Like, oh my God. Yes. I fully agree that, I think Junior Tafa is going to go out there and just melt this dude, punt his head into the cheap seats. Junior Tafa, what is Junior Tafa round 1 KO? That would be my line that I want to know what that is.
Something awful. Plus 170.
That's not awful. Because that's how he's winning this fight by first round knockout. But I'll tell you what, man, I would much rather lose money on Tafa by first round KO at plus 170 than bet his money line at minus 205, Brady. Because
it's getting steamed. Dang it.
If there is one fighter in the light heavyweight division that could fuck this fight up, his name is Junior Tafa. Yeah. And I could just see him jumping into a triangle and insta-tapping and then trying to hurt Christian after the fight is over. Like he did against, remember Walter Walker? Got him in the heel hook. And then he was just kind of like walking around the ring like, that was bullshit, and he was like trying to go after Walter Walker, and Walker's like, what are you doing, dude? Like you tapped. What do you want? So, yeah, maybe it's just Tafa round 1 plus 170. He's going to melt this dude. He's going to kill this guy. Kevin Christian is awful.
He's not a real fighter, Christian. He's not a real fighter to me. I think the path for Christian is exactly that. Tafa knocking him down and then going into his guard and getting triangle choked. That's Christian's path.
Yeah, and Big Steve saying, don't forget he laid an egg versus Toko. So I remember, but Tuco Tokos would destroy Kevin Christian. He would destroy him, Brady. I know people who train with him, like he's got good Brazilian jiu-jitsu. He's decent with the striking and the pressure. Kevin Christian I don't even know what he's doing here. I don't even know how he got a shot on Contender Series. They're probably like, oh, it's a tall, freakish guy. Let's bring him on and watch him get knocked out. And then he goes out there and gets a finish, so they probably felt obligated to sign him. Junior should run through him, but I think I'd much rather just play Junior round 1.
Yeah, it was crazy. Like, I couldn't believe Dana signed him. I think that might be a worse signing than Jose Medina. Christian landed 6 distance strikes the entire fight. He landed 7 significant strikes the entire fight. Got taken down multiple times, did nothing on bottom, and then his opponent just gassed out and then got triangle choked. And then Dana signed. I couldn't believe it. But yeah, that's my hot take for the week, guys. Take it or leave it. The hot takes have been hot and coming through. I'm getting these crap fights right lately, so we'll see. Is there going to be a fight companion for this card? Yes, there will be a fight companion in this card. Absolutely. Nice and early. The junior Tafa title run starts right here. I disagree. Where can I put money that junior Tafa becomes champ by the end of 2027?
Send it to Uncle Wheezy. Yes. I will put the bet in for you, I promise.
Yes. Is Kevin Christian the worst fighter in the UFC? Honestly, yeah.
I think he might be.
I can't think of a worse fight. I'm watching Kevin Christian fight as we speak. I'm sorry to hear that. I'm really sorry to hear that. Guy only has sub. That's the only thing. The sub's on his back. And I cashed a Billy Elicana sub, but I don't know. What is Christian by sub? I mean, that's pretty much his money line. Let's see if they price this. 385. If you like Christian, you gotta love that 385 on the sub. Like that's literally his only path. Is a sub.
Yeah.
Laying juice on Ty and Tafa in 2026 might be the right decision both ways, but what a time to be alive. It's 2026 is a crazy time. Not betting Tafa, betting against Christian. That's true. Kevin can't wrestle. He doesn't even try to wrestle is the thing. It's like we don't really know. My Super Bowl, yeah. I think it's everybody's Super Bowl. 64% of Tapology's on Kevin Christian. I don't know if they're smoking. Well, they're just picking against Junior Tafa. Yeah, luckily I stayed away from the Tokos Tafa fight, and it was absolutely hilarious.
He did hurt Tokos a lot in round 1, right?
Yeah, and he hurt I thought he killed Elicana in the first minute. We were doing the fight companion there, and he Elicana like flatline face down, but just popped right back up. One of those.
Yeah. Elicana's Samoan, man. Those guys have got cannonballs for heads.
I know. Like
Tokos is Greek, not so much, you know. But yeah.
And Christian is like a really small head.
Yeah, very tiny.
Very tiny.
The good thing he doesn't move it off the center line because Tafa's gonna knock him out, I think, man.
Yeah, I think this fight might end in like 60 seconds. A guy that got finished by Tuco Tokos and Billy Elicana is minus 200 favorite in the UFC Year of Our Lord 2026. It's crazy, man. It's crazy. You take that back. Medina was an excellent sign. That's true. That's true. That's true. It puts some respect on Tuco Toko.
I think I'm underrating Christian is what I'm doing there. You know, there's levels to the low, you know.
I don't know if Kevin Christian versus Cedricus Dumas. I think I might be with Dan here. I think I might take Christian by submission. All he has to do is attempt the sub, and Dumas is tapping.
No, man, I'm going Dumas.
Wow.
He's going to hit him with the shimmy. He's
dude.
McVeigh,
he was supposed to hit him. I had a bet on the shimmy at plus 500.
Yeah, I know. I actually picked Cedricus Dumas to win the fight, Brady. Now,
shimmy?
Yeah, well, no. I mean, I picked him to win it by shimmy, but like I did not bet it. And that's where I feel like I'm starting to evolve a little bit, you know? Yeah, a little bit.
Christian is winning. Anything can happen. I mean, it's Junior Tafa.
Yeah. If he wins, we're gonna laugh our asses off.
Yeah, I mean, if Christian wins, I'm gonna get another chance to fade him at least. But Tafa rocked, and I mean, who do you even match up Christian against if he wins this fight? I don't know. I don't see him winning a fight. Tafa rocked and almost finished Elicana. He was landing some big shots on Elicana. Kevin Christian versus Julian LeBlanc. Give me LeBlanc all day. I mean, that's a no-brainer for me. Give me that bum Julian LeBlanc. Dumas would Rolling Thunder KO him. I don't know. I mean, it's Christian 6'7". Try Rolling Thundering Christian at 6'7". I don't know if he could do it. Dumas couldn't hit water if he fell out of a boat. Brady called Dumas being subbed to a T. I mean, all you had to do is watch the Dante Johnston fight. He tapped to a fake choke. DC loved that one. All right, but yeah, let's move on to the next fight. Oh gosh. So Junior Tafa minus 200. How about Jacob Malkoon minus 1,000? Is that what we're doing here in the year 2026? Jacob Malkoon minus 2,000. Jacob Malkoon inside the distance minus 200. Is that what we're doing here, Uncle Weezy? But we got Malkoon, 30 years old, 5'9" with a 73-inch reach. Gerald Mearshart, 38 years old, 6'1" with a 77-inch reach. Malkoon, 8 years younger. Mearshart with a 4-inch height advantage and a 3-inch reach advantage, or 4-inch reach advantage. Malkoon is 3-2 in his last 5 fights. Decision loss to Brendan Allen. a decision win against Nick Maximov, a brutal knockout loss to Cody Brundage in round 1, a brutal knockout win against Andy Petrosky in round 2, and then a decision against Torres Finney. As far as GM3, 1-4 in his last 5 fights, submission win against Edmund Shabazian, submission loss to Renier de Ritter, decision loss to Brad Tavares, knockout loss to Mikhail Olazechuk, and a submission loss to Kyle Dawkins. So like I mentioned earlier, it's like you got 2 guys in this card, which is some of the worst durability. You got Dariush and you got Mearshart. And I'm still debating, like, who has the worst durability, Dariush or Mearshart? Dariush or Mearshart? I don't know, but Dariush has been knocked out 6 times. Mearshart's been finished 15 times, which that's got to be a record. I can't think of a fighter who's been finished 15 times. Like, even like, what's his fit? Kama Worthy, he's only been finished 10 times. I can't think of anybody that's been finished 15 times, Wheezy. So, yeah, this should obviously be Jacob Malkoun. He's minus 1,000. I thought I'd get a little bit sneaky on like a Malkoun finish prop, but Malkoun at minus 200 inside the distance. When I saw that, I threw my laptop across the room. I got to go to Best Buy tomorrow to get a new laptop. Just ridiculous line. Malkoun finish is absolutely nobody. So the price is finished prop at minus 200. Really upset me today, Wheezy. But yeah, Malkoun should win. I mean, this booking really makes 0 sense to me, though.
Yeah, I mean, like, I guess Gerald just has fights left on his contract, and he's trying to find out. I think if he gets one more submission, he sets the middleweight record for most submission wins. So, Brady, can I interest you in Gerald Mearshart to win by submission in round 3 at plus 4,400?
I think that culture that ship has sailed, but that's crazy. That's how he wins fights.
That's how he wins fights, right? And how about this then? All right, if I can't interest you in that, how about Jacob Malkoun by points at plus 225?
No, but I think a lot of people are going to be on that though. But no,
you can't do that. I mean, like, what if Gerald Mearshart avoids the hip bone of Malkoun?
Yeah,
if that happens, I could see Jacob jabbing him up, getting takedowns at the end of the round, landing a little bit of ground and pound, and coasting his way to a decision win in front of the Australian faithful. I don't know, man. Like, this is stupid. Malkoun being minus 1,000 is stupid. And frankly, Malkoun minus 200 inside the distance against anybody is insulting, in my opinion.
It is.
So maybe it's an over. Maybe it's Malkoun by points. And maybe we wait for the domestics to see what we can get Gerald Mearshart round 3 submission for generational wealth, because it's just happened too many times for us to ignore it.
I can't be betting. I can't be. I got wrecked with the stupid sprinkles last week. I can't be betting GM3 this week. It'd be a bad look. It's a donation. I mean, Gerald's done, dude. He's done. He shouldn't be in. He shouldn't be fighting this weekend.
Let's see who's knocked him out. Kyle Dawkins. I mean, big power puncher.
Yeah.
Mihail Oleksiejczuk, that's a real power guy. Renier de Ritter submitted him.
Dropped him, though.
And hurt him badly on the feet. And then Tavares, who's a pillow fist, wasn't able to finish him.
Shabazian finished him. Mark Smith just didn't stop the fight.
Yeah, and remember, like, even the Uzbekistani guy was beating the hell out of him. But that was when Gerald was actually durable. You remember that? What's his name? Not Makayev. Muradov. Mahmoud Muradov was just beating 7 shades of shit out of Mearshart, and then Mearshart comes back in the second half of the fight, submits him in the third. So it's like durability can be weird sometimes, man. But obviously, the career trajectory is at a point right now that it's almost impossible to back Gerald Mearshart.
Yeah, this is a stupid fight and stupid lines. So yeah, we'll see. But yeah, my pick is Malkoun. But you called it first, though, so I got to give you all the credit if Malkoun goes out there and wins.
I'm calling it. I think he wins this fight, Brady. I'm sticking by that.
So Uncle Weezy's hot take is Jacob Malkoun. My hot take is Junior Tafa. You heard it here first on Stat Tickers on Monday night.
Let's go.
Let's see. This line is insane in my opinion. Malkoun should be like a minus 355. I actually think the line's correct. I think minus 1,000 makes sense to me personally. I just think GM3 is like there's washed, and then there's beyond washed. And I think he's beyond washed. The line action makes sense. GM3 is a completely shot fighter. He can't finish a paper bag unless someone runs into his hip. Let's go. Is it crazy? GM3 doesn't even try anymore. Malkoon inside the distance is literally plus 120. I don't think it's where's plus 120?
No, it's minus 200.
Now I bet plus 120 for sure, but I saw it at minus 200.
Yeah,
which is not even close to minus or plus 120. But GM3 by decision. Has he won a decision yet in the UFC? I don't think he has.
No, I think he's got 100% finish rate at the UFC. Yeah, he's finished all 12 of his wins. In his career, he's 2-6 to the decision, and in UFC, 0-5.
Yeah, you'd think Meerschaert by decision be plus 2,000. No, it's plus 900.
That's like a horrible line. It should be like plus 50K.
Yeah.
Guy's never won a minute in his life.
Jay Ellis has been. Guess didn't Jay Ellis finish Gerald Meerschaert? Or
He did.
God.
That's one of the wins on his record. Is Gerald Meerschaert way back in the day, man. Meerschaert fought him and lost.
Yeah, GM3 was a very popular
Yeah.
round. I mean, I cashed the round 2 against Shabazian, and then I actually had GM3 round 3 against De Ritter. And then after that, I was like, I'm never betting round 3 for GM3. if the Ritter's showing better cardio than you, we got to. And that's another thing. The cardio stinks now. GM3's cardio's gone.
Mm-hmm.
His cardio's gone. His durability's gone.
He's old, man. He's got 58 professional fights. 58.
Oh gosh, yeah.
50 of them have finished.
Crazy. It's crazy. What's more disgusting than Malkoon at minus 1,000? There's only 72 likes so far. That is disgusting. Yeah, that is. We got to get at least 100 for a card like this.
Yeah,
for 100.
Let's get
Malkoon by decision or GM3 by sub round 3 doesn't sound crazy to me. I need some help. Yeah, you could see it, man. I believe in Gerald. Oh God, R.I.P. Meerschaert. I thought it was a type when I first saw it. The Malkoon line, yeah, he's a big favorite, man. Show some respect for White House Dawkins. Yeah, can't wait to see White House Dawkins go at it. Gerald, you will do it. There we go. GM3 by third round submission in a fight he's losing badly for the love of the game. Maybe one last ride? I don't know. But the other thing about like Malkoon is like he's not going to gas out and stuff like Meredov
did.
Got
phenomenal conditioning. Yeah,
like Shabazian did, like Giles did, like who else? Bruno Silva, Stoltzfus.
Yeah.
So
Meredov.
Yeah. I mean, if Malkoon botches this, I'm convinced he told his buddies to put some money on Meerschaert. I mean,
this could be the steakhouse bet. He gets reversed in the third round and gives up a rear naked choke. 44-1 on Bet Online, which probably means it's 80-1 on Bet Rivers or DraftKings.
Oh, yeah.
I
agree that GM3's turbo wash from Malkoon is not that good. Yeah, I think Malkoon's not that good. He's decent. He's serviceable. The Stat Diggers parlay Tafa Malkoon minus 157. Isn't like Tafa like almost minus 157? That's wild. Thoughts on Schultz over 0.5 takedowns and Salkilld at less than 2 takedowns. They have takedown props already? What? Where are you guys at that they have takedown props already?
That'd be our
maybe
sponsor,
the
Underdog.
They have it out already?
They do, man. Yeah, I saw that was actually I had already clicked Salkilld less than 1 point or lower than 1.5 takedowns.
Okay, yeah, I like that. I haven't even checked. Okay. Yeah, I like that. And as far as party, I'm not touching anything that deals with party time personally. I mean, I'm done with party time Schultz. I'm done with the guy. Party's over for me and Wheezy, but we'll talk about that fight in a little bit. The party's canceled. Milky Malkoon. maybe a milking here. Did he mention anything about retiring? I thought he was going to retire last fight. I could have swore he was going to retire last fight. Was he not?
It's no big deal for him to show up, dude. 58 professional fights. If you keep cutting GM3 checks, he's going to keep showing up.
Okay, sweet. I'll check it out. We're going to do Underdog Play of the Week at the end. All right, let's move on to the next fight. Oh gosh, Oh gosh, we got Colby slickness, thickness going against Vince Morales. We got Colby slickness, thickness. He's 26 years old, 5'9" with a 70-inch reach. Vince Morales, 35 years old, 5'9" with a 70-inch reach. We got slickness, thickness. He is 9 years younger. He's going to have same height, same reach there. Thickness is 4-1 in his last 5 fights. Made his debut against Alexandre Topuria, lost that fight by decision, and then beat Josias Musasa in his last fight by decision. As far as Vince Morales, 2-3 in his last 5 fights. He got cut from the UFC, came back, and he's 0-3 since then, losing to Taylor Lapilus by decision, Elijah Smith by decision, and Raul Rosas Jr. by decision. So when we talk about slick fighters and slippery fighters, 2 come to mind, Wheezy. Slippery Pete Barrett, one of the slipperiest fighters in UFC history. You remember they used to fight in the Apex, right? Slippery Pete. They had to bring out the mop and mop down the canvas after each one of his fights. The Hooper fight, the canvas was slippery. They were slipping all around. And then another slick guy is Colby's slickness, thickness. He's very slick once he gets the fight down to the ground. So you like thickness, his slipperiness. I don't know, but Weezy, this fight's kind of gross. I mean, I'm not high on really either one of these guys, but thickness to me kind of reminds me of who's that bum? Who's that Australian bum? Stuart Nickel. Kind of reminds me of Stuart Nickel. He has no striking, some of the worst striking you're going to see. It looks like a wounded giraffe out there in the distance striking thickness, and then he has absolutely no wrestling. But his grappling is really good. Once he gets on top, nasty ground and pound. He's very aggressive. So in this fight, it's clear, Weezy, it's going to be thickness looking to get the fight down to the ground. Does he have the wrestling to do it? We'll see. Morales was taken down multiple times by Elijah Smith. Morales was taken down multiple times by Raul Rosas Jr., but of course, both those guys are better. But slickness, thickness, he went 2 for 14 on takedowns against Musasa, and then he went 0 for 8 on takedowns against Topuria. So, yeah, I guess for me, it just comes down to whether or not thickness can get takedowns here. If he can probably have some success. If he can't, I mean, I don't think thickness is beating anybody on the feet at the UFC level. What are your thoughts on this one, Weezy?
Yeah, I have the same thoughts. I mean, I think Vince is a lot more experienced, fought the much better brand of competition. He's a better striker. He's got a legit wrestling background. I think he was a 2-time state champion in Idaho growing up. And Vince has got a nasty front choke game that we know that this guy, if you're going to wrestle him, he's going to put you in bad spots and have the opportunity to maybe get reverses or just, maybe even finish the fight with a front choke, a Darce choke. He does Japanese neckties, like a bunch of really intricate front choke situations that he will put his opponents into. So I think it's going to be Vince Morales here. I was surprised to see that he was the underdog in this fight. Thickness looked lost out there against Musasa, and I bet him. It wound up cashing because I knew that Musasa is not very good, but I was surprised that Thickness had that much trouble taking him down. But when he did get in the top position, he was able to do enough damage to bank the rounds of that fight and win that one. So happy to cash that bet, but I think Morales is a much better fighter than Musasa is. And if Morales knows what Thickness is going to do, and I think he's the better moment winner wherever this fight goes. And I think he's easily just as talented a striker. Well, he's a better striker than Thickness. There's no question about that. No question about that. And probably the better wrestler too. But yeah, I like Morales here, but backing an American in Perth against an Australian when Vince is on a 3-fight losing streak in his own right, and it just really hasn't been a guy that's been translating at the UFC level. He's 3-8 in the UFC. So it's hard to back him with a ton of confidence with this long of a road trip, but I think he's the better fighter than Colby, and I think he gets his hand raised here.
Yeah, I mean, 87% of people are picking Colby slickness, thickness on Tapology. That surprised me.
Wow.
87% of people, yet money's pouring in on Vince Morales. You know what that tells me?
That Morales is going to win, or
Oh, that the sharp money's on Morales. That's what.
Yeah.
I mean, 87% of people is kind of crazy, but yeah, Morales was like +1 like 45. I was kind of surprised by that. It's like if Thickness can't get this fight down to the ground, he's in trouble. And even if he can, it's like Morales has very sneaky jiu-jitsu as well. So yeah, I mean, if this was in the APEC, I mean, it's a no-brainer. But yeah, the fact that it is in Australia makes it a little bit trickier. But I don't know when do you know when Morales arrived to
I
Perth?
I do not. Maybe somebody in the chat knows, but I do not.
Vince Morales. Let's take a look. Because you don't want to see somebody getting there on fight week. That's just not something you want to see. Okay, so he was in Syndicate 2 weeks ago. It looks like. Okay. No, looks like he was leaving for a flight 5 days ago. He said, Perth, see you soon, boy. After these 26 hours of travel, haha.
Oh, jeez.
So he left
more than a day.
So he left 5 days ago. So we got there 4 days ago.
Man.
So he did not go out early. But either way. 115 likes. Uncle Weezy 1.5 bet on Colby Thickness by sub. You know what could be sneaky? Like a Morales by sub. I remember I had Morales sub and sub 2-3 against Elijah Smith. He had a couple fully locked in chokes in round 2, round 3. One of the worst bad beats I've ever had. But Morales has very good chokes. And when he got cut Weezy from the UFC, he went out and got a couple chokes. Morales by sub plus 850. Wow.
It opened at plus 1,000. That's a good number.
And Thickness is going to wrestle? I don't know. But yeah, it's got to be dog or pass.
Yeah.
Morales has a rough fight, but always comes up short. I feel bad for the guy. Yeah, he does.
Against Elijah Smith was so close, man. I had him as an underdog there. I had that sub prop, and that was a week that I won like something like 11 units tracked. If Morales would have locked up that sub, and he had it at the end of one of the rounds, I think it might have even been round 3. He had a sub locked in. He just needed another 5 seconds.
Yeah.
It was crazy, man. That was such a close fight too.
I like round 3 at like 20-1, something stupid like that. It was ridiculous. Vince is finally going to get a win. I hope. I kind of feel bad for the guy. Speaking of Jay Ellis, he fought both Slippery Pete Barrett and Gerald Mearshart twice. Okay. I wonder. I think Slippery Pete probably got him, man. I think Slippery Pete had to beat him.
Yeah.
If you bet Colby to win in the first 60 seconds, you can call it the thickness with the quickness. Bet of the day. I like that.
I love it.
I like that. I think the over 2.5 hits, but it might be a little bit of sweat. It could be some chokes, potentially getting locked in at points. You never know. Colby couldn't beat my middle school bro in 2 minutes. Well, middle schoolers are tough.
Yeah, they're scrappy. They got a lot of energy.
Oh, gosh. The chemistry between Brady and Weezy is like coffee and a donut or milk and cookies. Heck yeah. Well, we've been doing this for a while now. So Weezy has the meanest stash on MMA Twitter. There you go. Right. That's a good compliment.
Yeah, absolutely.
Very good compliment. What are the odds on Morales by decision? The odds on Morales by decision is plus 235. Like, even that's not bad. I mean, these maybe just the Morales money line. I don't know, but that's not bad either. Morales' last win in the UFC was Luis Smolka in 2021. Oh, yeah, he lost to Jonathan Martinez, Miles Johns, Taylor Lapilus, Elijah Smith, and Rob Rose. He's on a 5-fight skid in the UFC, Weezy.
Yeah, I know. He's on a rough run, but when he gets these fighters that are on the verge of being in the UFC, he's going out there and finding submissions and beating those dudes. And Colby's kind of one of these guys. I don't think we know if he's really a UFC level fighter yet. He's still young and improving, and he's got a UFC win, so good on him for that. But yeah, I think that this is going to be Morales' fight.
Sub 2-3. I don't want to be hurt again, Matt. I just don't want to be hurt again with these Morales 2-3 sub pros. But let's take a look at what they are. Morales sub 2 is plus 2,500. Morales sub 3 is plus 3,500. So on other books, we're looking at even bigger prices. I thought Colby lost his last fight. I thought he won it, but I got to go back and watch it still. There was something that happened in the third round. Was it like a cage grab or something that allowed Thickness to get a takedown, something like that.
I don't remember.
I gotta go back and watch that tonight, maybe. This is one of the two I still got to look into. Been a rough weekend. All right. So let's move on to the next fight. It is.
Why don't we do a story, Brady? Because I think we've only got 3 fights left after this one. So
let's do it. Let's do a story.
Yeah. So Bub Collins signed up on Underdog, code DFSBTN. So yeah, shout out Bub Collins. He wanted to hear a college story, and so Sigma Chi fraternity between 1992 and 1997 was when I was at Northern Illinois University. And we would have 2 big parties every year. One of them was called Derby Days. The other one was called Spring Fest. And Derby Days was like a fall thing. And Spring Fest was like usually right before school ended, like in April. And we had a gigantic backyard that was like you could park like 30 cars back there, So we would clear all the cars out. We would bring in a truck that had like 12 to 15 kegs, whatever it was. And our entire backyard would fill up with people. And we had bands and beer and, just like all the sorority girls and a lot of the fraternity guys would come. And there would usually be about 2,000 people in our backyard. So the first year that we did Spring Fest, I think I was a sophomore, so it was my first full year in the fraternity house, and it was an amazing, perfect day for the party. Everybody got absolutely ripped. We had way too much fun, and the president of the house, whose name was Brian, his dad was in a band that played classic rock, and they were really cool. So they would come up and play sometimes. So they were playing, and I remember we would go back and forth in the house and stuff like that to go smoke or to go bring a girl up to your room or whatever. And at one point, a few of us go back to my buddy Mike's room to smoke a J, and we're all blind, drunk, wasted, right? And we're looking out the window because this dude's window on the second floor of the house faced the backyard. And you just see this a complete mass of people. And my friend Mike was like, he pulled out this orange ski mask, right? And he's like, dude, what the hell is this? Do you know who this is? And nobody knew. And I was like, here, give me that thing. I put on the ski mask, took off all my clothes, and I started dancing in the window for all 2,000 people that were in the backyard. And like the place just started going nuts. We were having a great time. And a lot of people talked about it, right? For like the next month. Like there was that naked dude in the ski mask dancing in the Sigma Chi house, while the band was playing, right? So because I did that, Brady, it kind of became a thing where like when we were having parties or just messing around, somebody would put on the orange ski mask and then go get naked and then like dance or whatever, right? Yeah. So I used to work next door at a sorority house. We were the Sigma Chi's. I worked at the Alpha Phi house. I was a busboy there when they would do their dinner service at night. And it was cool because I got paid like $4 or $5 an hour, which wasn't bad back then. It gave you walking around money. You were always hanging around with the sorority girls, and you got to be on their meal plan, which was so much better than the meal plan in our house, right? So I was working there for like 2 or 3 years. It was a steady gig that I had. And we were really good friends with them, and they were right next door to us. So I remember one night after chapter, we were drinking, having a good time, and we were hanging out in one of the rooms that was facing the sorority house, right? And we were wasted, and I was like, dude, I should dance naked for the Alpha Phis. And they were like, oh yeah, let's do it. Go do it, Wheezy. So they bring out the ski mask. I get naked. I get in the window, and they're all hanging out on the deck and shit. And then my buddy Chris, who you met here in Chicago, he says, ladies of the Alpha Phi sorority, we have a special guest for you. Your busboy. And then he names another guy in our house who's a busboy over there, whose name was Nick Forst, right?
Yeah.
And he says, Nick Forst is going to dance for you, right? So then I get up in the window and I dance naked for them. And they're all hooting and hollering, and we're having this great time. And the song ends. I go back. We don't tell them who it is. They don't know because I have the ski mask on, and there's no other. I don't have tattoos or anything, so you don't necessarily know that it's me. So, we just go on with the rest of the night. Well, the next day, Brady, I go to work, and I work at that house, right?
Yeah.
And they have a house mother that works there. Her name is Mrs. Berry. And she's in charge of us busboys and stuff. She like makes the schedule for us and stuff. And I walk into work, and Mrs. Berry is firing Nick Forst for dancing naked.
Oh, God.
Right? And I'm walking past while this is happening, and I'm looking at him, and he's looking at me, and he's like, listen, Mrs. Berry, I promise you, it wasn't me. It was not me. I didn't do it. And I had to stop, and I was like, wait, what's going on here? And she goes, yeah, he stripped for the girls. He can't work here. And I go, no, he didn't. That was Aaron Zelko. The guy's a complete degenerate. I was standing right there. It was Aaron Zelko who stripped. He's a loser. Nobody likes him. Leave Nick alone. And she's like, is that right? Is that right, Nick? He's like, yeah, it was Aaron, you know? So, and none of us liked Aaron anyway, you know? So
Oh, God.
my buddy Nick almost got fired for what I did. And I had to go in there and lie for him. But credit to Nick. He never sold me out. He never told Mrs. Berry it was me, even though his job was on the line and he had no idea I was just about to walk in. That dude kept his mouth shut for me. So I was like, man, Nick, you're one of the real ones, dude. You could have sold me out easy there. And then we just together sold out another guy that we didn't like. So yeah, that was a really funny situation. And we had some fun with those girls next door and definitely at the parties that we had at our house, man.
Wait, did Aaron get fired then, or was
no? Aaron didn't work there, so
smart.
And he
Right.
none of the girls liked him anyway, so we didn't care if like, you know, there was no consequences for him because it was just like 4 or 5 of us Sigma Chi's who worked as busboys there.
Okay.
But there were like 60 guys in our house, Brady. So I could have just given them a name, and that dude had done some kind of like gnarly shit in the past, so like it kind of like passed the smell test. So yeah, that was very lucky that I walked in when I did because I don't know how much longer Nick would have been able to hold out for me. And I didn't want to lose that job, dude. That was good food. The girls over there were really cool. And having that extra money on the weekends was huge.
That was very good IQ there with that. Dude, good thing they didn't have like cameras back then. I mean, geez.
No, that was the great thing, man. There were no cell phones back then. There was nobody who was taping you when you were doing crazy shit at a party, man. Like I can tell you so many times that I was at a party just doing stuff where I was like, man, thank God there was nobody with a camera here, you know?
Yeah, imagine if somebody did that in 2026. It'd be all over the internet.
Yeah, everybody would know who it was.
Yeah.
They'd be analyzed. There'd be like internet detectives being like, okay, this is one of the Sigma Chi's, and it was this guy, and he had to be at least this foot, you know. I mean, it would have been crazy. So yeah, we got away with it. It was a different time back then, man. We could get away with shit.
For Aaron Zelka, man. Hopefully he's doing all right. So that was all thanks to Bub Collins. If you want to be like Bub Collins and get a story, check out Underdog Fantasy. Use the code DFSBT and you'll get $50 in bonus funds when you play with your first $5, and you'll get a story time from Uncle Weezy. Or I'll do something crazy. Like the options are endless over here. Options are endless. But yeah, that was probably my favorite story. One of my favorite stories there. That was a good one.
I appreciate it, man. I hope everybody enjoyed it.
And we're gonna enjoy this next fight too, Easy. Actually, no. I think we're gonna talk about the Party Time Schultz fight. Yeah, Party Time Schultz versus Ben Johnston. So yeah, we got Benjamin Johnston going against Party Time Wes Schultz. We got Benjamin Johnston, 35 years old, 6'4" with a 75-inch reach. Wes Schultz, 29 years old, 6'2" with a 77-inch reach. We got Schultz 6 years younger. Johnston with a 2-inch height advantage and a 2-inch reach disadvantage. Johnston 4-1 in his last 5 fights, making his debut here. We got Wes Schultz 3-2 in his last 5 fights. Had a Contender Series win, and then made his debut against Damian Penis in his last fight out. So, yeah, this is a sketchy one, dude. It's like I watched all the fights of Benjamin Johnston. I wasn't that impressed. Like his striking is okay. I believe he's doing some work at City Kickboxing. He's definitely gonna be the better striker here. Don't get me wrong, but it's like nothing special. And he has a ton of submissions on his record. But yeah, I just wasn't really blown away by the guy. And it's like Wes Schultz. I'm done with party time, Wes Schultz. I mean, this guy has 5 minutes of cardio, 5 minutes of party, if you will. He has 5 minutes of party time. He has no wrestling. And in this matchup, it's like, is he going to take down Johnston and submit him in the first round? I think that's got to be his path. But Johnston's a black belt in BJJ, so and the better striker, and he has better cardio, and he's fighting at home. I mean, they're bringing Wes Schultz all the way from the United States to Australia. I think there's a couple reasons to like Wes Schultz here. I just can't do it. I think the party's over. The cops showed up. Everybody has to get out. Everybody go home. The party's over for me. But at the same time, minus 160 on Benjamin Johnston. I mean, what could go wrong? What could go wrong on laying money on either one of these guys? And I think a lot. And people looks like people are laying money on party time Wes Schultz because this money's coming down, Weezy. Wes Schultz opened up plus 210, currently plus 130. This line's crashing in favor of party time. Does party time Wes Schultz have one more party in him?
Dude, I don't know, man. Like, but whenever I see Wes Schultz, I just think like, dude, that guy would have definitely been in my fraternity house. Like, like when I look at that dude, he was like, yeah, he reminds me of like half the guys in my house, you know? I mean, like people who really did have nicknames, party time, you know, like, yeah. And so I'm rooting for him, you know? I want Wes to get a goddamn win and be like one of my fraternity brothers getting a win. But it's a long trip. It's a very long trip. And this guy Johnson, like evidently a Muay Thai world champion, I think.
That's what they're saying.
Yeah, and he's only 1-1 to the knockout though, and he's 4-0 to the sub, which is kind of weird, right? You would think a striker would have a little bit more of a knockout, you know, win record than a sub win record. And his subs that I saw him get were like, you know, he kind of just jumped on a rear naked choke real quick against lower level guys. He's 5-1 as a pro. He's fought one guy with a pulse, and that was Caleb Rideout, and he got knocked out quick. I don't know if you saw the Yoon So Shin fight, but that guy was like 5'2", and he was 19 years old.
Yes.
The Emil Jerry's fight, I was like, oh boy, this guy's not good at either, you know. So I don't know what to think of this guy because he supposedly has this high level striking background, but with Muay Thai guys, their defense is usually pretty bad. And I don't know what this guy's grappling upside is. Like he's 4-0 to the sub, but he's clearly and dude, this guy's 35 years old, Brady.
Oh,
35. He's 35 and he only has 6 professional fights and his average fight time is 4 minutes. So for me, I don't think I could back Johnson here because you know, Schultz is a good grappler at least. You know, and he's got weird striking. So I don't know if he can wrestle though, but then just because he wasn't able to take down like Pinas and Abdul Malik, it doesn't mean that he's not going to be able to go out there and get takedowns against an Australian Muay Thai striker. So this is a tricky one, man. I feel like I don't know much about Johnson, and there wasn't a lot of tape available. I felt like a couple of am I right? Were a couple of them pay-per-view?
Maybe I feel like I watched like 5 or 6 fights.
Maybe
we have a different we have a different tape index though.
You got the okay.
I got a different one. Yeah.
Yeah, the one I got.
Yeah, I watched like 5
every link is fucking wrong, dude.
Yeah, you gotta maybe switch over to the
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, but yeah, so I was able to watch a good amount of tape, and it's pretty much the same thing every time. You know, he's eventually getting to the back and eventually getting that choke. So yeah, apparently he's a black belt. On his Instagram here, it says he's a black belt in BJJ.
Okay.
And then somebody on Instagram called him a legend in Australia fighting. So I guess he's a legend. I don't know.
Well, he's 35 years old, so he's been around long enough to achieve legend status. But like, I think they're calling him a legend probably because it's outside of the octagon as a professional where he's achieved that status. Because you can't call a legend somebody with 6 fights with a 5-1 record.
Yeah, it's a weird fight, dude. It's like, I don't know. Like Wes Schultz, I think his cardio is atrocious. Is he even in Australia? Like, I was checking his Instagram, nothing.
No, I think I saw something that he might have gotten there a couple of days ago.
Okay, that's good at least.
I think he was like looking to find out where the party was.
Yeah, of course, the party.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I can't trust Wes Schultz the party for more than 5 minutes, to be honest. I think the party might be over, but I'm not betting on Benjamin Johnston. Yeah, this is a big giant pass. The over under, oh my gosh, set at 1.5. The under 1.5 is juiced to minus 155. What are they doing?
Yeah,
I mean, I get it, but I mean, is Benjamin Johnston some big finisher like Damian Penis?
Well, these guys have got 17 combined fights that have lasted a total of 80 minutes. So, like an average fight time of under 5 minutes.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, I get it, but geez, the fight doesn't go minus 600.
Yeah, these guys. I mean, I think Schultz has been a decision twice. Johnson's never been a decision.
Yeah, Johnson ITD minus 105. Schultz ITD plus 140. Isn't he plus 140 on the money line? What? Schultz ITD is plus 140?
How could that be?
What's going? Like I said, the props this week
He's
are so
plus
bad.
130 on the money line. I mean, who would bet that?
I don't know. Johnston by submission plus 210. These are all horror. This is terrible, Uncle Weezy. What are we supposed to do here? Maybe we do nothing. Is probably the best.
Yeah, I think they got to make lines. We don't necessarily have to bet them, and I don't know if I want to back either of these guys right now. A 35-year-old debutante with like about 15 minutes of fight time, or a party time guy that's probably going to gas out after 6 or 7 minutes if he wrestles hard.
Yeah. My goodness. There's a party in my pants right now. Okay.
Yay.
There you go. Uncle Weezy's the GOAT. Agreed. Johnson is another blood diamond. I don't know about that. I mean, that's kind of harsh. 5 minutes of party. Yeah, 5 minutes of partying.
Yeah.
To be honest, I have about 5 minutes of party time in me too. Yeah, that's fair. Schultz looks KO prone. Yeah, I mean, is Benjamin Johnson a KO him though? I don't know. Apparently, so this guy's a champion in what?
Muay Thai.
Muay Thai. I didn't. Okay.
I remember they were saying that about him while I was during the fights that I watched, which was the Korean dude and the Emil guy.
Yeah, I wasn't that impressed with his striking. So that's interesting. Wish I was 35 again. Taking down Penis is quite hard. The hips are so strong. That's true.
Very true.
Big fan of Penis. Me too.
Yeah.
Going to be watching him in International Fight Week. I forget who's going to be taking on. Cesar Hernandez. Cesar
Almeida, right?
Cesar Almeida. Yeah.
And Almeida has got a brick for a head, so that's going to be a fun fight.
Well, he's never been hit by a big penis though, so we're going to find out.
Well, yeah, but I think he's been hit by a shovel and walked through it, so I think Penis is going to have his work cut out for him.
Yep. These lines are whack. Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah.
The bookies definitely took meth before they cooked up these lines. No, they have some sharp lines for sure this week. Every fight went the distance last week, so let's juice all the lines to finish this week.
Yeah.
Brady is a big Penis guy. Yeah, I like Penis a lot. I think he's a great prospect. I think he's a very dangerous prospect.
Aruba, all right. Stand up. Let's go.
Party time, Wes Schultz. Stand up.
Let's go.
Pura Vida, BJJ, stand up. Isn't there another bum that trains at Pura Vida? Doesn't Nick Klein train at Pura Vida?
Yeah, and so does Montel Jackson. And I think one of the coaches there is Zach Otto.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, man, Pura Vida.
Don't stand up. Don't stand up. Oh, all right. I think we're on the
Maleiff Gorimbo.
There we go. All right. We got Jonathan Maleiff going against Themba Gorimbo. We got Maleiff, 27 years old, 6 foot with a 77-inch reach. Themba Gorimbo, 35 years old, 6 foot with a 76.5-inch reach. Maleiff, 8 years younger, same height, half-inch reach advantage. Maleiff, 4-1 in his last 5 fights. He had a submission win on the Contender Series in the first round, a decision win against Kevin Jousset, and a submission win against Oban Elliott. As far as Themba Gorimbo, 3-2 in his last 5 fights. Knockout win against Pete Rodriguez, a decision win against Ramiz Brahimaj, a decision win against Nico Price, submission loss to Vicente Luque, and a decision loss to Jeremiah Wells. So Yeah, kind of shocked by this line just because people like to suck the dick of Themba Gorimbo. Like they're sucking his dick every fight week, but isn't Michael's like minus 300 or something? So I was hoping to get a much better line on Maleiff, but it doesn't look like that's happening. For me, this is the SD Dumas McVeigh fight. I mean, I think it's a rough matchup for Themba. He's uncomfortable on the feet. So although I think Maleiff kind of stinks on the feet, I don't think it's going to matter because Themba is one of these guys that's just going to panic wrestle at the very first time he gets hit. And I think it's a bad thing to do against Maleiff, who's a legit black belt in BJJ, who's very, very dangerous on the mat. Themba's submission defense is suspect. He's been submitted 3 times. I think Themba's durability is suspect. I think his cardio is suspect. When he's losing fights, he's getting finished. I think it was a miracle that Wells wasn't able to finish him in his last fight. Louie finished him. AJ Fletcher finished him. I see a path for Themba, though, like as a big dog, like Themba by decision at plus 550. If he can get takedowns here, which I think he can if he wants them, stay safe for 15 minutes. Themba by decision is very much on the table. But, you know, Maleiff is very dangerous in the grappling. That's his base. It's jiu-jitsu. He's not really going to go out there and wrestle Maleiff, but Themba's going to kind of do that for him here. So I think it's either Maleiff by sub or Themba by decision. I think those are the two mostly outcomes in this fight. But for me personally, it's never Themba. I think he's extremely overrated, but it looks like the market's finally starting to catch on a little bit. Wheezy, what are your thoughts on this fight here?
Yeah, the markets love Themba. He's been priced between minus 305 and then he was plus 300 versus AJ Fletcher in his debut. And I remember having Fletcher as the ass shaving of the week that week and him cashing, but it was actually a little greasy there for a minute. Yeah. I mean, Gorimbo is on 2 straight losses while Maleiff comes in on 4 straight wins. So with Maleiff being over 8 years younger than Themba, there's a big age difference, career trajectory difference, momentum difference. And then you add in that Themba's now got to fly all the way to Perth for this fight against an Australian fighter. You know, it's bad. And then you see that Maleiff 4-0 to the sub, while Gorimbo's been subbed 3 times as a pro and 2 times in his 3 UFC losses. So there's definitely a path for Maleiff. But the thing I want to call everybody's attention to is that Jonathan Maleiff has spent over 87% of his UFC octagon time at distance striking range, while Themba Gorimbo, over 7 UFC fights, Brady, spending less than 20% of his UFC octagon time at distance striking range. So Themba's going to grind. And in control time positions, he's winning 70% of them. He's out-controlling his opponents 56% to 24%. And he's outlanding his opponents 1.74 to 0.91 in significant clinch and ground striking stats. So this guy is landing more significant strikes than he absorbs. He's kind of limiting his opponent's ability to do damage wherever the fight goes. Themba's only absorbing 1.32 significant strikes per minute. And that's over a 7-fight sample size. That's not bad, Brady. So you mentioned Gorimbo by decision. He might bring a real grindy style of fight here that Maleiff might not be ready to deal with yet. We don't know how good his wrestling is. And while he's got good Brazilian jiu-jitsu, that doesn't mean that he can stop a takedown or get back up or win minutes in the clinch even. So I think that this is going to play out actually pretty close. The one thing I know about Themba is that he's going to grind here, and that I haven't really seen Maleiff in that type of a fight yet. So I have to think that Gorimbo is probably the side just on the money line with Maleiff being a minus 300 favorite. When you look at where he's been priced, you know, like I said, plus 165 versus Jousset, minus 125 versus Elliott, and now he's priced at minus 300 when we've seen Themba Gorimbo priced as a favorite in his last 5 fights, and he won 3 of those fights. And guys like Wells and Louie, I think they're both probably, well, they're definitely both more experienced with better resumes than Maleiff. I mean, I think they're both obviously nearing the end of their careers while Maleiff's young. So I don't want to say those guys definitely beat Maleiff, but they've got a lot more experience and have fought the much better brand of competition. So, yeah, I still want Maleiff to kind of like prove it to me a little bit more, but the Oban Elliott win's a very good win. You know, winning, cashing as a -125 favorite there is good momentum to come into this fight with.
Yep. Like I said, I'm not high on Themba at all. Like at all. And the reason he doesn't get his because he panic wrestles. He gets touched once and he shoots it on a takedown. You can't do that. You're gonna get your neck snatched up. So yeah, I think his neck gets snatched up, but oh gosh. How is the submission prop for Maleiff is already moving? They opened it up at a trash price at plus 250, and money even came on that. What are we doing?
Yeah, 225 now. And
Great.
Gorimbo points was 650, so money came in on that and drove it down to plus 550.
Yeah, that's how he's gonna win. He's gonna hump his leg for 15 minutes and do nothing for 50. If Themba wins, it's gonna be a horrible fight. I might fall asleep if Themba wins. But yeah, there is a back.
Like the Brahimaj fight.
Yeah, and if they run that back, Brahimaj is destroying him. By the way, but yeah, we'll see. We'll see. I'm not been high on Themba at all, and I've been impressed with Maleiff. He's only 27 years old. He's getting better. Themba's 35. I don't know where Themba's training. Like, I don't. Is he still training at MMA Masters? I don't know. I thought he got kicked out.
I think everybody that he's ever trained with fucking hates his guts now. So I don't even know where this guy's training. I mean, I think he's lost he's burned all of his bridges. He's lost all of his friends. I don't know what this guy does, but like everybody hates him, and I don't even know why. But because I don't really pay attention to that kind of shit. But yeah, I don't know where he's training.
So I saw somebody posted something like his own country hates him. I think everybody.
Oh yeah, they do. Yeah,
like I think he's gonna do something for him, and then maybe lied or something. Like he's a liar. Apparently he's scamming. He's been scamming people. Like there's a lot of stuff out there about Themba. So is he even training anywhere? I don't know. Is anybody inviting this guy to the gym? I don't know. But
I have no idea, man.
And then so where's he flying from? Is he from? Where's this guy living? I don't know. I got so many questions about them.
Hopefully not in Zimbabwe, because if he's in Zimbabwe, there's no mixed martial arts training there.
I don't know, man. Gorimbo easy. Themba, let's go. So yeah, I think it's sub 2. They're all over it. Holy crap. Gorimbo's gonna jump into a ghillie. That's what he does. I'm surprised that Wells didn't get him with the choke. He got a couple locked in, but couldn't quite get him because he was gassed out and he's 40. But yeah, Vicente Luque got him with a choke, and so did Fletcher. I remember when Dricus called out Gorimbo for being a bad person. Yeah, Dricus called him out. I know Colby Covington called him out. Everybody's calling this guy out, man. It's crazy.
I remember there was one clip of Colby, and he was like doing some kind of like a promotional thing, and he walked into the PI and he walked around a corner and he saw Themba and he was like, oh shit, and he backed back up and he goes, that guy fucking hates me, like we got to go this way.
I remember that too. So he's might be training in Russia. Isn't that that's like another day flight? Russia to Perth. That's a long flight,
dude. For one side of Russia to the other is like a whole day in the air.
Yeah, it says around 24 hours. Oh, with a couple layovers. Oh gosh, it can exceed 30 to 40 hours. Oh my goodness,
that's crazy, man.
Always fade MMA Masters. Themba apparently a lot of people hate him. Themba's training in the Russian camp in the hills where all the pros go. There we go.
Okay,
there we go. He's the prince that emailed me for my bank account. Oh gosh. Oh gosh, what a mess. I mean, hopefully money comes in on Themba. It looks like money is coming in on Themba, down to plus 211. So we'll see. We shall see. Moving on to the first fight of the night. It is going to be Dom Mar Fan going against Cody Balls of Steel. That's the nickname, right?
It should be, man. That fight against Rong Zhu was incredible, dude. He just stayed in his face the entire. It was such a fun fight to watch. I mean, unless you had money on Cody.
No, I had money on the sub prop. It was awesome watching.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, like, I don't think I lost any money on that fight. So as a matter of fact, I was thinking about taking Rong Zhu, but just didn't get there because, Cody Steele's got a ton of hype on him. But I just watched that one back today. That was an awesome fight.
It was great unless you had like Steel or in a parlay or the sub prop. This guy's jiu-jitsu is phenomenal when he doesn't use it. He fell in love with the box, Uncle Weezy, but this should be actually a really fun fight to kick off the card.
Yeah, without a doubt, man. Don Marfan's a good prospect, dude. Like he's 5 years younger than Cody Steele. He's only 26 years old. He's tall and long for the division. He's got 11 fights. He's won 9 of them, and his only 2 losses are against Quillin Salkilld. And he's beaten some decent names on the regional scene, and he looked really good in the Road to UFC tournament. He beat a really good prospect in his first tournament bout, Efoviga. He was a plus 350 underdog in that fight, and then he mobbed Jae-hyun Park for 3 full rounds, the minus 120 favorite, and then won pretty comfortably against Sang-wook Kim in the Road to UFC final as a minus 145 favorite. Cody Steele has got a ton of power in his hands. He fights with a ton of forward pressure, but he throws big, wide hooks, and he's extremely hittable at distance striking range. I think Dom will be throwing more at distance. I think he does a little bit better job of kind of maintaining range. And both of these guys have excellent jiu-jitsu, but I feel like Dom Marfan is the better grappler, better wrestler in this fight. Some of these guys that come from Brazilian jiu-jitsu or combat jiu-jitsu, the difference in rule set makes it so some of them don't have the best MMA grappling. And if you go through Cody Steele's last 5 fights, you really don't see him winning a lot of minutes in the grappling outside of the Alejandro Martinez fight. And even in that fight, Alejandro keeps getting back up. He doesn't let Cody put him into any bad spots on the mat. And Don Marfan's been out there against some pretty good grapplers in his own right and has shown that he can win minutes. And even against Quillin Salkilld, there were some back and forth there, and both guys were having success at certain parts of the fight. So Don Marfan, 5 years younger, 2 inches taller, 4-inch reach advantage, more pro experience on a shorter layoff here as Cody Steele brings a 14-month layoff into this fight. I think that both guys fought solid regional scene competition. I give the slightest edge to Steele, but Don Marfan losing to Quillin Salkilld twice is good experience to have. So I'm picking Don Marfan here. I bet him at plus 180. I think Cody Steele's a little bit overrated, Brady. I like his power. I like his grappling. I like his aggression and pressure at distance striking range. And I think he's far more likely to win minutes, or I'm sorry, moments, wherever this fight goes. But the one thing that I don't believe in with Cody Steele right now is his ability to be able to win minutes or fight smart, because he did not show the ability to be able to do that against Rong Zhu.
He never fights smart, ever.
Yeah. And then Rong Zhu just did not let Cody pressure him. He wouldn't take a backward step, stayed in the pocket, and then watch what happens. I mean, Cody's striking. I mean, he gets killed in that fight. He's swinging for the fences, but Rong Zhu's landing everything. And Cody took an extraordinary amount of damage in that fight. So I'm not a believer in this guy flying all the way to Perth to fight against an Australian, making him a minus 210 favorite on a 14-month layoff when he's older, shorter, at a 4-inch reach disadvantage, and might even be the worst wrestler in this matchup. And I love Don Marfan's clinch game. Everybody that I've seen him in the clinch against, he does great work there, and he wins minutes and he lands damage. So I think this fight's going to play out very close.
Yeah, I don't hate it, man. This is the other one I still have to tape. I had to tape the thickness and Morales fight, and then this one. But yeah, I mean, Cody Steele, he fell in love with the box. It's like, even I remember taping him for the Contender Series. Like, he's this really good black belt grappler, but I've never seen him grapple in MMA, not in a long time at least. Like, he doesn't grapple. He fell in love with the box. He's trying to knock you out, and he has good knockout power, but is that going to translate to the UFC level? I don't know, but yeah,
not the minute winning, that's for sure, because his defense is horrible.
Yeah, he showed a lot of toughness in that Rong Zhu fight. But,
he did, yeah,
but that's not good enough. Toughness isn't good enough. Just not. So yeah, I don't hate it, but I got to tape down Marfan a little bit more. All right, so there we go. Great pace, to be honest. We even had a guest come on tonight. We're at 2 hours and 34 minutes. To be honest, it didn't feel like 2.5 hours. It felt like an hour. So, so what we'll do now, Weezy, is I'm gonna go to YouTube and do the poll. I don't like the StreamYard poll format. I just don't. I don't love it. People are typing too many numbers in the chat. I don't like it. So what we're gonna do is you guys need to bounce back because you guys picked this. You guys picked Montel Jackson to pipe Connie Barcelos on site. You guys did that. The chat did it. It wasn't our fault. And I mean, he could have, if Montel Jackson gave a shit, he would have piped Barcelos on site, Weezy, over the weekend. If Montel Jackson gave even 50% of a shit, of course he's piping Barcelos on site. But Montel Jackson only gives about 20 to 25% of a shit. So we got to bounce back with the piping of the week. And to be fair, there were really no pipings of the week. I guess the only piping of the week was, Ryan Spann. I guess that was the only piping.
Yeah.
So we need to bounce back.
Underdog.
Yes, with the piping. So we'll do the usual, Weezy. You'll give a fighter. I'll give a fighter. And then you'll give a fighter. And then I'll give a fighter. And then we'll let the chat decide.
Yeah, so I think a real easy one to start off with, I'll steal it from you, is going to be Junior Tafa to pipe Kevin Christian on site.
Junior, does he have a nickname? Ass?
The Juggernaut.
What? I thought it was Ass.
Junior, the Juggernaut Tafa.
That's a stupid. I'm not putting that. That's a stupid nickname. Okay. So Junior Ass Tafa. We got a lot of options, man.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with I'm gonna go with Quillin Salkilld to pipe Benny Dariush.
Yeah, that's a good one. How about Brando Parachic to pipe poor Shamil Gaziev on site? That's all the guy does. He goes out there and pipes dudes on site in round number 1.
Yeah, I like that. So I think somebody's getting piped in the main event. So maybe I'll go Prates. I don't really want to touch the Tuivasa Sutherland fight. Yeah, I'll go with Carlos Prates because I think somebody's getting piped in the main event, and I do lean his way because he has ridiculous power. So I'll go Carlos Prates to potentially pipe up Jack Della Maddalena. So we'll let you guys vote there. And while we do that, we've been hot on the underdog fantasy. So you said you took a look at it already, and you liked the Salkilld?
Yeah, I like a lower than 1.5 takedowns for Quillin Salkilld because it would just be idiotic for Quillin to try to grapple against a guy who has a crystal chin, right?
Yeah.
You do not want to try to prove that you're a better grappler than Benil Dariush. That's just going to prove that you have awful fight IQ. So I think if Quillin's fighting really smart, he's looking to keep this fight standing where this dude cannot take a punch.
No, I like that for a couple reasons. For one, I think he's going to knock out Benil in the first exchange.
Yeah.
And for two, even if he tries to take down Benny, is he taking down Benny? I mean, Mateus Gamrot couldn't really take down Benny.
Yeah, like I think he could maybe surprise him, that's the thing. Because if he does shoot takedowns, he might get him because Benil might be really worried about protecting his chin. So you never know if he could get him, but it just feels like I'm surprised that they were even posting that. But Quillin's gotten so many takedowns in the UFC that they're gonna give you a prop. So
no, I like that a lot, actually.
Yeah,
I like that a lot. So for me, I'm looking at the takedowns here. Somebody brought it up, dude. Like, is it party time one more time? Can Wes Schultz get a freaking takedown against Johnston, who I've seen taken down by bums? Can Wes Schultz go out there and get one takedown?
I think he could.
Could he get? Can Wes Schultz get one takedown? Weezy just one? I don't know. Somebody brought that up earlier, and at first I was like, nah. But the more I think about it, I've seen Johnston taken down a lot. So Wes Schultz more than 0.5 takedowns is what I was looking at. What else? I'm kind of surprised they have Maleiff at 1.5 takedowns. He's not really wrestling at all in his fights.
That's really odd. Yeah, I don't know if I've ever really seen the guy wrestle offensively. And
I mean, he did on the. I think he did on the
Contender
Contender
Series.
Series. Yeah, I think he got one takedown, and the fight was over shortly after. But outside of that, he's kind of striking, and then he wants you to take him down, and then that's when he'll look for that submissions off the back
triangle. Yeah.
So I'm between Maleiff lower on takedowns or Schultz higher on takedowns. What do you think? Do you think Schultz can get one? He didn't get one against Penis, but that's Damian Penis, you know?
Yeah, and I think Damian Penis is training at Nova União, which is a camp that's always been known for having a really good takedown defense, like Jose Aldo, Mateus Nicolau with over 90% takedown defense in the UFC. So
I like that. And then like he took down Minaj twice in a minute on the Contender Series in the second fight, and then he took down Mansour twice.
Yeah. Yeah, let's do it. Let's do that. Yeah, I'll play that for a little couch cushion money. Let's get it again. This will be 3 in a row for us, I think, if we hit this one.
And if Wes Schultz doesn't get a takedown, I can make a party time joke or something.
Yeah, man. That's for sure. Those party time jokes, man, they hit like crack.
Yeah, they're going to hit like crack Friday night at 5 in the morning or 6 in the morning. It's going to be brutal. The piping voting is it's not rigged. Nothing's rigged on this show. No. Dariush has that old man strength and old man chin. Oh gosh. Dariush is dust. Quillin is the move. Penis will get you. All right, guys, let's take a look at who's going to pipe their opponent on site. And wow, it's not really close. In fourth place, Brando Parachic, who's known for piping. I mean,
wow.
All he does is pipe. 5%. Carlos Prates, the Nightmare, 14%. Junior Tafa, 26%. And Wheezy, your piping of the week. Quillin, Salkilld, pipe.
Yep.
Benny Dariush.
It makes sense, man. It makes sense.
Quillin, Salkilld to pipe. Benny Dariush. I like that, man. I like it on site. I like that one quite a bit. So that's the piping of the week. And last week, you guys got this correct. The milking of the week was Jax McVeigh to milk the Hood Wolf this Saturday. You got to go back and watch that fight. It was as hilarious as you would have expected. So,
the only one I missed, man. I was on a beer run.
People's main event. So McVeigh gets Dumas in the clinch, right? And McVeigh just starts landing shoulder strikes, and Dumas hates it. He's not reacting well to these shoulder strikes. And then I think he lands like a knee or a punch or something. Dumas falls down, covers up, proceeds to eat 30 unanswered grounded pound shots. Tyone's telling him to move, and then he jumps on the neck, and Dumas insta-taps. It was probably the second most hilarious fight of the night, right behind that Buchecha Span fight. So, but you guys killed it there. The milk of the week was Jax McVeigh. There was only one milking. Well, there was two. I'd say Sterling probably milked Salal, and then McVeigh milked the Hood Wolf. So let's see if we can go and get the milking right again. All right, so easy. We'll do 4 options again for the milking. We got some options here for the milking. So what are you thinking?
Yeah, there's some good ones in terms of milkings here. Let's see. I could see oh geez, there really isn't. What am I talking? Jacob Malkoon, obviously.
I'm gonna do Jacob Malkoon. All right. Let's see. Dalmar fan could potentially milk Steele, but give me Jonathan Maleiff to milk Themba Gorimbo, the scammer. Themba Gorimbo. His own country hates him. Jonathan Maleiff. Okay, your next one.
I'll go with Wes Party Time Schultz. Because if he's gonna win, it's gonna be a milking. He's gonna submit somebody. So I feel like Wes could go out there against Benjamin Johnston, who's a relative unknown when it comes to MMA. 6 fights, 1 loss to a good fighter, and Caleb Rideout. The other 5 wins are all coming in round 1 against nobody. So
yeah. And then for the last one, like there's really not many options. I'll just go with I'll go with Steve Ersk to milk Elliott.
There you go.
I think that's I could go Rousston. I'll go Steve Ersk. Why not? All right. So Steve Ersk. So you guys vote to see who's going to be the milk. And make sure you vote. I know it's 1:00 in the morning, but you guys just click the button and vote. I agree, but if Benny gets the plus 450, I'll have to take a poke. Yeah, will he get the plus 450? I don't know, man. Maybe
he might.
He might.
He might, man. The momentum is just the differences in momentum and career trajectory are just so big, and as well, the age difference is massive as well. So I could see it.
Yeah. One of these favorites is going to be disappointing. We had like 8 favorites disappoint over the weekend. It was, I think, 8 dogs came through.
Yeah.
Tough choice. Yeah, all good choices. That's what we try to do. Dumas will be fine. Back to the drum board. Oh,
yes, sir. The middleweight division will be learning about Cedricus Dumas and the improvements that he's going to make in the time off here.
Yeah, 1:00 Pacific time, I think. Greasy start time. Ersk will milk. He could. The start time just gave me AIDS. Yeah, I already have AIDS, so what's new?
Yeah.
Ersk. I don't see GM3. Oh god! If this was like a couple of years ago, he might have made the cut. Tim Elliott will milk. Okay, maybe somebody gets.
You never know, man.
Elliott Ersk fight. GM3 gets milked for every last drop he has left and retires. I hope he retires. It's been enough. Party time milking. Why is it called milk? What's a good example of a past milking, Wheezy?
Oh well, I mean like Charles Oliveira and Max Holloway.
Yep.
Islam Makhachev and Jack Della Maddalena.
Yep.
Miktabek Oral Boy. Who was the last guy that he fought?
Chris Curtis.
Yeah, Curtis.
He milking.
Yeah, I mean, like
Rob Roses against Rob Font.
Yeah, Pat Sabatini against everybody that he's ever beaten.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. And typically we like to get that sub though, but yeah, those are milking. Sean Brady, Leon Edwards, textbook milking. He broke him and then I think subbed him late.
Yep.
Just like a dominant, just a milking, just take all the milk out of him over the course of the fight, potentially get him out of there late. All right, so we're gonna end the poll here. Okay, we're not ending the poll here, guys. Vote. We're not. Party time's not gonna be the milking. Stop it. I'm gonna give you guys 10 more seconds. Why
people heard my fraternity story and now they want to believe that Wes is gonna win?
All right, I'll count the 10. If party time's still the milking after 10 seconds, then we'll do it in 10, 9, 8, 7.
Come on.
6, 5.
Oh, Schultz.
4, 3, 2, 1. You guys are crazy, man. All right. In fourth place, Steve Ersk at 16%. In third place is Jonathan Maleiff at 19%.
Okay.
In second place is Jacob Malkoon at 26%. And in first place is Party Time Wes Schultz, whatever.
Dude, I got my burner accounts out here working, man. I knew I could do it.
I thought the party was over. I thought we were done. I thought that was, I don't know. I thought we were done, but I guess
always a party in Australia, baby. Perth, Australia, the party capital of the world, and everybody knows it, and that's why they invited Wes Party Time Schultz, my friend.
All right, party.
The party is in fact not over.
Party Time Wes Schultz.
Let's go.
To milk Ben Johnston. I can't believe you guys picked Wes Schultz. Gosh. All right, the milk of the week is Party Time Wes Schultz to milk Ben Johnston. You heard it here first.
Let's go.
See. Does he have one more party left in him? We're about to find out this Saturday. So the milking, Party Time Wes Schultz. The piping, Quillin, Salkilld. We got the underdog play. That's about it. That's all we got. So let them know where they can find you. And if you have any final thoughts for this card, almost 3 hours in.
Yeah, should be a fun card, but we've worked hard here. And we'd like to thank everybody that really made this show great today. Our sponsors, Underdog, our other sponsor, Big Steve. Thanks for joining us. big donations from Big Steve, Godfather, Narco Cop. I think there was even one that you might have missed, dude. There were,
I didn't
Mr.
miss
Sando.
Mr.
Yeah,
Sando,
that's right. That's right. You didn't miss that. You didn't miss that, dude. I mean,
Marco.
what a yeah, man. What a great show. Great support from everybody. Truly appreciate you guys. You can find me on Twitter at MMA Wheezy. You can find me on YouTube and Rumble at Uncle Wheezy. You can find me on Odds Shopper. All these stats, the fight write-ups, you guys know by now. $25 a month over on Odds Shopper. Best way to support my work. Looking to stack cash tickets like flapjacks in the middle of the night for UFC Perth.
Let's do it. Let's do it. Hopefully I make it to the fight companion. We'll see. We shall see. All right. Yeah, that's all we got, guys. Do us a favor, like on your way out. By the way, did we get 100 likes?
I think we've probably got 1,000, right?
No, only 97 likes. Oh,
wow. God. And that was even with story time with Uncle Wheezy. That hurts, man.
Yeah.
That hurts.
I would say maybe we take a week off next week, but we have 328.
Yeah, we're not taking that week off. But
maybe
week
we'll
after,
yeah.
Maybe, man.
If we don't get 100 likes next week, we'll take the week off. But
hell yeah.
All right, guys. Yep, like on your way out, subscribe, all that good stuff, and best of luck for UFC Perth. See you guys later.